But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Yo, methinks we are live. Yeah, we are live. We're live. Yo, guys, thanks for coming, guys. Just a quick note, Flats is not live tonight. If anybody's listening to this, yeah, I know it's set for tonight, but he just kept forwarding the dates until, because there was a date set, but it didn't happen, so he just kept forwarding the dates rather than get rid of the thumbnail and the trailer and all that. He just forwarded it, so I guess that he forgot that he forwarded it to tonight, but he's definitely not on tonight. He did say it last night, but if he comes on by any chance, then I'm wrong. But if he comes on by any chance, then I'll just stream him through here. That'll be cool. But no, thanks for coming, guys. Yeah, who am I saying hello to in chat? Jeff Conco, yo, dude. Miss Maud Queen B, hello. She's right behind me. Hiya, babe. Hi. Right. And we have Barry Ross. How you doing, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And we have Ryan, who's driving. It's the first time I've seen him driving. Well done, dude. You know how to hold the steering wheel? Perfect. And we have Jeff, flat knucklehead.
I do drive it occasionally. Yes, I do.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining. So, video we're going to check out is from Chuck Missler. I mean, I love Chuck Missler. I haven't watched anything from Chuck Missler in a while. Hi, Crockett. Good to see you. You haven't got a spanner, but you will have.
Just call in by the way, and then people link.
Okay. Thank you. I'll just moderate. Standard. Save. There's your spanner. I give everybody a spanner. All the flat earthers a spanner, Crockett, when they come in. I don't have much trolls. I say this all the time. People must be sick of hearing it. I don't have many trolls, but the trolls I do have, Ricky takes care of in general. And it's just so you're all equal. And you're armed if you do get any trolls.
I go in your comments after.
A bit louder, babe. Say again, a bit louder.
Then I go in your comments after and ban people.
Oh, yeah.
And I just don't tell you.
Oh, you don't tell me?
Not anymore.
Oh, see, that's what she's doing. She's doing stuff behind my back. She's going in and banning all the trolls that are very, very nice to me. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with that.
She told me so now. So, yeah, the video, it's from Chuck Missler. I used to watch Chuck Missler back in the day when I was in rehab and stuff. I haven't watched anything for a while. I haven't watched this one. It's just Michael sent it to me in WhatsApp. And I thought, oh, I ain't got a topic for Tuesday. Let's just do this one. Well, I did kind of have a topic, but it was nothing like this. I'd rather do this one. It's the Return of the Nephilim. So, I mean, I don't know much about the Nephilim and all that. I know what it says in the Bible. I don't know much about the Enoch thing. That's for yeah, he does his live, so I can learn more about Enoch. I like listening to him. Vicky said, you nearly put her to sleep, didn't you? She's got a soothing voice.
Yeah.
Say it like this, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Oh, just yes. I thought you were going to say something. Yeah, Vicky said you got soothing voice. So when you were,
really, honestly, I was in bed one night because it called me quite loud.
can you hear her?
Yep.
All right. But,
You mean a voice that put somebody to sleep?
I could feel falling asleep, and I was like,
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
he needs to do an audio book.
Yeah, an audio book. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's the way when he does it, guys. Go and watch him. He's like really the way he reads is brilliant. There's not a flaw in it. When I read, I stumble over my words. I stumble over my words in my head. I read perfectly, but when I read aloud, I stumble over my words sometimes. But Jeff, brilliant man, perfect.
Well, I stumble every once in a while, but you know.
Of course, but still, you're a good reader. You're a good reader.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you'd make a good narrator. 11 watching. Nice one, guys. Also, big thank you to Nathan Oakley. He gave me a shout out yesterday. And I went from 175 subs. I now have 193. So that's
Wow,
18 increase, I think.
Wasn't long ago you just
All because of him? Wow, look at you.
Well, yeah, I got 18 through Nathan. Nathan gave me a shout out. And yeah, bless him, man. Bless him for that. It's the biggest increase I've had in such a short time. Because it was stuck on 75 for a week or so. I usually go up one, down.
I'm sure you could do that yourself, though.
Yeah, but I did. Yeah, this is definitely due to Nathan. But thanks again, Nathan. That was brilliant, excellent. I'm on 193 now. Nice one, guys. Nearly at the 200. I won't be having a 200 stream like I did 100. I think the next target, if I can get that, is 500. I'll have a little 500 stream if I can get that, which I think will take a little while. But let's see if we can get there anyway.
I got to get to 100.
You're doing well, man. Yours is starting to go up. And actually, put your link in. So just in case there's right, Vicky's got to do it. Just in case there's people in the chat that's not Tenacious Thorn Liam. Adam was teaching the forbidden knowledge of root cutting before those fallen angels from the fictional book of Enoch. Yeah, I don't think it's fictional, dude.
Not fictional.
Not at all.
I don't
know.
Enoch is not fictional. Enoch is the book that they took out because they didn't want us to know the information that was in there.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
Yeah,
who said that?
Hello,
There's
Mr.
someone in live
Mandela.
chat or something?
Yes, someone like Tenacious Thorn, Leon. He said Adam was teaching the forbidden knowledge of root cutting before those fallen angels from the fictional book Enoch. Don't think it's fictional, dude.
Oh,
Don't think it's fictional. It's you're entitled to your opinion, dude. But yeah, not at all. Like the Avatar, Roger. Like the Avatar.
If it was fictional, they wouldn't have bothered taking it out, would they?
No, of course, bro.
Like they would have just left it in there and said, "Well, it's not true, so why bother? Why bother with it?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Roger, how you doing, man?
I'm beautiful. How about yourself?
Council of Nicaea didn't waste their time, right? They didn't do all that just because they didn't believe it was true. Come on.
Of course not.
Okay, you know what? Okay, but this guy is saying that Adam was the one that taught them the root cutting. It wasn't Adam that taught him. No, it was it was actual fallen angels that taught all this stuff.
It was the Watchers. It was the Watchers, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's like,
Wow,
So tell them to pick up a book.
like
dude.
I think you need to read Enoch to actually before you start spouting off stuff that you're not too knowledgeable on. So
Agreed, Jeff. Absolutely. Well said.
People
well
do that
said,
a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, this video, no clue what's in it. I do know that Chuck Missler, when he was alive, was a flat earther. He wasn't like a practicing, you know what I mean, protesting type of flat earther, going on videos and debating and stuff. But when he was asked about it, he did say that he ascribes to the Hebrew cosmology. That was a while ago. I heard that. So I believe it's true. He's passed now. But this video was sent to me by Michael Kahn. I don't know if he did it just to send me so I had a topic or just to watch. But I haven't watched it. I chose to do it as a topic, and we'll see what it says. Return of the Nephilim. Sorry?
What's the double capital?
I know, the old capital. That's just somebody shouting. He's just shouting his head off about Enoch. That's capital. So yeah, just leave him. Just leave him. See what you got to say. But I don't know him, so he's not spannered up.
Adam was not a Nephilim. What the hell is wrong with this dude?
No.
Oh my goodness. You know what?
Adam, first man, not Nephilim, sort of thing.
All I can say is, Jeff, you have a spanner.
Yeah, you have a spanner, Jeff. You do.
Well, all right, he's done.
Nice, he's gone. Jeff did it.
Well, he's spouting out lies and fallacy. So
I get it. Absolutely. You're entitled to it. You've got the spanner. You do what you want, man.
See, you can never say I don't let you ban anyone.
Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah. Come on. I was going to say, where's my video file? There it is. It's been a little slow today. Like that one.
Go to Jeff's channel now.
Open.
Yeah.
That new computer's on the way, right?
Sorry?
That new computer's on the way, right?
Oh yeah, it is. It's on the way, man. It's on the way.
Desk,
on the desk, on my chair. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
good stuff, man. I won't be bending over like this in the moment. I won't be. The thing is, I'm not a sit backer like that. I don't lean back. I'm always, my posture's rubbish. I'm always bent back, hunched down. So even in the chair, I still reckon I'll be leaning forward a bit. You know? So, yeah. Here we go. Right, we'll just play this video, see what it's saying. Stop, shout, stop, whatever, speak, whatever you've got a comment to make, and I'll stop it, no problem. Who knows the Satanic Bible? I don't. Where did you find this disinformation? Exactly, Jeff. It's just,
That was the Jolly Man.
I don't know. Oh, Jolly Man, it was Jolly Man that said it. Sorry, Jeff said that who knows the Satanic Bible? I got you. And Jolly Man said, where did he find this disinformation? Exactly, Jolly Man. Yeah, it's just wrong. You know, it's just
coming in and straight away you're putting all caps.
Oh no, somebody's shouting straight away.
We haven't even started.
I know. It's just somebody being biscuit arsed about things. 15 watching, nice one, guys. I'll get the video going. We'll see what happens. Just shout, guys. And thanks, guys, in the panel for turning up. Thanks, Jolly Man, for being here. And I think that's the only one that's turned up since I shouted there. Left rocket. Yeah, I said everything. Right, here we go. Quality-wise, this is nothing to do with my computer. It's just because it's an old video that I had to download, and the quality is not excellent at all. Sorry, just quickly, it'll be a two-parter. This one's about 50 minutes. We'll hopefully get through it today. Then there's another part. There's a second part, which is an hour and 10-ish. And we'll
because it's the news.
Sorry, Roger?
Because that's the news.
Roger the robot.
They call you Roger Robot.
Roger.
Yeah, man. He's called Roger Robot now.
No, it's not. It's been a Robocop. It's Robot Rog.
Robot.
I asked why there's a sphere Earth on the front. He said it's the news.
It's the news.
Okay.
Oh, the news, of course, yeah. That's what it looks like.
Well, we're embarking on a rather strange topic tonight. We're going to talk about UFOs. Now, this is an area that most people tend.
UFOs. Right. So I reckon he's got to say. I reckon he's got. I know. I reckon he's got to say that. Well.
Jeffson hit him.
Oh, did he? Did you unhide him, Jeff? Roger. Jeffson hit him just to be. Did you do that intentionally, Jeff?
Jeff?
Yeah, I did do it intentionally because I just went and looked at his channel.
Yeah.
And, he's been around for a while, but I just think he's just a little bit misinformed. That's all.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Right. And,
fair enough. Your choice, man. I trust your judgment. Yep, absolutely, bro. Right, here we go.
They're relegated to the demented or incompetent or fringe type people. And yet the entertainment industry, of course, has picked up on this with the crop circle thing called Signs, which many may have seen. And also Steven Spielberg did a mini-series.
Signs with Mel Gibson, just quickly. That was a brilliant film. I liked it. Little freaky, but I liked it. Ooh, Cookie Master again.
Taken, focusing on the abductions and so forth. And while these things are interesting entertainment, they are replete, of course, with all kinds of misinformation and legends and half-truths that get mingled with facts, so that it's really just entertainment. But one of the things you and I have to face is, what is the real reality here? Is this just a bunch of nonsense, a composite of hoaxes and pranks by various people through the years? Or is there something real?
No.
I do. I mean, in my personal opinion, I do think that people imagine seeing aliens and stuff like that, but I do believe people see them. Really do see them, and if they do, I think they're demons. Anything like that, vampires. Sorry, but if you see a vampire, it's definitely a demon. But if you see aliens, ghosts, anything like that, I'm thinking, demon, demonically influenced, whatever. Hey, Digital, good to see you, man.
You don't come back to the earth, people. You don't. If you can show me one person that's come back and you can prove it to me, beyond the shadow of a doubt, I'll believe you. But until then, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
You die, you go wherever you go. You don't come back here.
No, of course not. Of course not.
And if you do, you get your memory wiped again before you come back. So there's no chance that you.
Oh, you mean abductions?
No, I mean like in general. I don't believe that if you die, your spirit comes back to this world and you get to say goodbye. You go to hell.
Oh no,
that's where you go.
No, you don't.
Or you go to paradise. There's
that's what I'm saying.
That's what the Bible says.
Yeah, of course. So if you do, like I think, if you do see that, then it's demons or just something wrong with you. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. Cool. Right, let's go.
Going on. One of the things we want to explore a little tonight is, are the UFOs real? And if so, where are they from? What's their agenda? Are they friendly or hostile? And most important, what does the Bible say about them? So we're going to explore that tonight as we go forth on our exploration of UFOs and this strange term, the Nephilim. What is that all about? But before we start, since we are dealing with a very, very complicated area, an area where many of us have already formed opinions, let me remind you of there's a principle. According to Edmund Spencer, he articulated this.
Let's pause that so we can just quickly read it. Avoiding truth. There is a principle which is a bar against all information, which is proof against all argument, and which cannot fail to keep man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is condemnation before investigation. Edmund Spencer. I'm not sure who the guy is, but
amen. That's a good.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Let's say that. Yeah, absolutely. I like that. Little paragraph there. Right.
The principle which is a bar against all information. It's proof against all argument. And it's something which cannot fail to keep man in everlasting ignorance. And that principle is condemnation before investigation. So one of our challenges as we go into this very complicated topic is to set aside our prejudices and presuppositions, and let's see what we can find out. Now, the same idea is not only articulated by Edmund Spencer, but it also is in our collection of Proverbs by Solomon, who reminds us that he that answereth the matter before he heareth it, it is a folly and a shame unto him. So one of our challenges tonight is sort of set aside what we think we may have heard or what our basic prejudices are, and let's see what we can find out that might be new. Now, many of us, of course, have seen photographs.
Sorry, I missed that problem.
Many of which are hoaxes, contrived, and so forth. Also is in our collection of Proverbs by Solomon. Who reminds us that he that answers.
He that answereth a matter, therefore he heareth it, is it folly and shame unto him. Proverbs 18:13. Proverbs, man, full of wisdom. Love it. Love Proverbs. Sorry, Roger.
Yeah, I thought that was Proverbs to start with. That's what I thought it was when I first saw it.
You
can't read it.
Anything like that. Anything that sounds wise. Anything that sounds wise and all that is usually from Proverbs, And people don't realize, even non-believers don't realize that some of the sayings they go about saying and live by is in Proverbs.
Yeah, they come right out of it.
Realize it. They don't even
They're
realize
ignorant of it.
I think it's David too, not Solomon.
David and Solomon, but mainly Solomon for Proverbs. Psalms was bit of Solomon, but mainly David. And then you've got Lamentations, I think was David, is it?
Leviticus.
Leviticus was
A lot of
Moses.
other,
Moses wrote Leviticus.
Right, but it's law, yeah. That's usually
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's beforehand. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Right, it's got
The matter, before he heareth it, it is a folly and a shame unto him. So one of our challenges to
Sorry, Roger. What was that? What was that link you put in live chat?
Oh, that's QE's being roasted right now.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay. Did you put it in? Okay. He's being roasted.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
QE by whom?
like to
Everybody
see
on
that.
the FED panel and everybody in Super Chat like me. I was there for a little while. I was
Damn,
donating
I wish
to
I was there. I got a few things to say to that, man. I'm just kidding.
The link's in live chat. The link is in live chat. People want to.
Yeah, but I'm not going to leave you behind. I'll go in.
No, I know what you're saying.
I mean, I want to, but you know, I'd have to go to Discord, I'm sure, to get in on that. So, yeah, I'm good. I'll pass.
Cool. Carry on.
tonight to sort of set aside what we think we may have heard or what our basic prejudices are, and let's see what we can find out that might be new. Now, many of us, of course,
That was
have
my
seen
idea.
photographs, many of which are hoaxes,
The roasting thing, I had that idea like
and so
4 years
forth.
ago. I was asking everybody about it, and I said we should do roast, and then we should do like praises for everybody. We should do both. That way, everybody gets a laugh out of it, and everybody realizes that we're not just all up assholes. And they didn't like the idea, but now here 4 years later, look at they're jumping on the bandwagon. What do you know? I'm surprised.
They're following your lead,
Right?
man.
No, I'm not saying they're following my lead. I'm just saying somebody took that idea.
That's part of my roast right there. There you go.
Absolutely. So what do you reckon to these photos, guys?
They're fake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are fake.
Yeah,
I've seen UFOs, or whatever you want to call UFOs, but that doesn't mean that there's aliens inside of them. Come on, guys.
No, the one I actually saw when I was younger was just it looked like a star and it went straight up and disappeared, dude. Just,
I had one look at me. That scared the crap out of me. It did. It looked at me. It shined a light, and it looked at me, and then the light went out, and after that, I went in the house. I was done.
Scary.
You know, it was like it went from one side of the side to the other in like 3 seconds, and then it stopped, and I shined it with a laser, and it spotlighted me, and then it disappeared. And I went in the house. I was like, "I'm good, bro. I'm done." He was like, "Well, it's not a UFO." I said, "I know, but whatever it is, it just looked at us, bro. Like it knows we're here."
Has anybody ever seen the movie Altered? It's about an alien that fights with a human. The human gets infected by the alien, and he starts turning into the alien. Never seen that?
No, but I've seen Resident Alien. That's a pretty funny show.
It's
a similar storyline. There's an alien that crashes on Earth and then becomes part human, and then
what?
Pretty funny.
In the morning.
What is?
Scary.
I'm scary in the morning.
Aye.
Why?
Yeah.
She says I'm scary in the morning.
Scary all the time.
so PJ, you're an alien in the morning, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm an
alien in the outfield.
I'm a Jupiterian. I'm a Jupiterian man. I live in a massive 13,000 times the size of the Earth, big gas ball. That's where I live. I'm a Jupiterian, guys. Yeah, I'd say fake.
You're a Jew, and your
Many
name's
of these
Peter?
in the
Oh,
literature.
wow.
I'm sure you've seen all kinds. The problem is that not all of them are. It may surprise you to learn that there are over 3,000 authenticated photographs in the classified community that are authenticated.
So what?
So what's really going on here? See, the problem.
What are they authenticated as? That they're alien people coming from another planet? Is that what they're saying?
I don't think they have that kind of authentication enough.
Oh, well, so then they just saw lights in the sky just like everybody else does. So that's
There
great.
you go.
There is much that is corroborated disinformation and unreliable. That's definitely.
Well, I agree. I've seen what they're talking about, but I don't know that proves anything, right?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not.
I wish it did. It'd be nice to be able to prove something with just seeing lights. But
Whenever stuff like that happens, nobody has a camera like right there. Well, I got it.
That's it.
Actually, most of the things that I've seen weren't bright enough to actually for the camera to catch it. Because I had people trying to do it, but they couldn't get it because it wasn't bright enough. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
convenience of having a camera handy.
Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek. Hey, Dylan. Good to see you. Derek Nelson. Good to see you. And Jeff Gasshead. Good to see you, boys. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Yes, I guess everybody knows now that Flats isn't live, even though he set it for today's day.
It's set for tomorrow, dude. It's not for today.
Oh, it was set for tomorrow.
No,
It was set for tonight.
Up to? We're talking.
It was set for tonight. It was ready to go.
Was it? No.
Did you just text me?
Me? No, I haven't texted you. Why would I text you? You're sitting right here.
I just got a text off you.
Well, not from me, you haven't. I haven't texted you.
I know.
Well, it must have been from ages ago.
Okay, babe.
Well, that was ages ago. I didn't text you right now.
DJ.
Yes.
DJ, stop worrying about things that don't matter. Okay? Do me that
Especially
favor.
from
From now
ages
on,
ago.
no more worrying about stuff that you don't need to worry about. We'll let you know when you need to worry about something.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried, dude. Let's go.
In researching this area
What?
is there is so much that's uncorroborated. There's a lot of deliberate disinformation and certainly a lot of data which is unreliable. And the problem is when you strip away the hoaxes and you strip away the nonsense and you set aside the uncorroborated, there still is too much to ignore that is substantiated, that involves multiple reliable witnesses, including multiple radar sightings. And radars generally don't have hallucinations. And this idea of being plotted simultaneously on multiple radars.
Hey, Dylan, you'll be waiting a long time. And she said, I keep waiting for that logical argument for the globe. Yes, silly me. I would stop waiting for that crap. You know,
Like how they spend all this time trying to convince us that aliens exist, even though they've been telling us for what, 50 years, 100 years that they don't, and all of a sudden they're pushing it. Come on, people. I mean, this is really obviously a psyop. If it's not a psyop, then I don't know what it is, but
I remember Project Blue Book back in the 70s and the 80s, man. They would just went around disproving that crap constantly.
Hiding
evidence.
Hold on. I didn't see Jeff go, but he said to me in private chat he's got to go. Jeff, no problem, man. You know you're welcome anytime. The link's there. Hop in anytime, dude. Always love your what you got to say. All right, let's go, guys.
Is something that should get our attention. And now, give you one example. Back on June 18th of 1997, there was a strange vehicle that.
Now that one, that would never ever fly. No way. No way.
No, but my father-in-law, he was a sheriff on the Navajo reservation. He actually is interviewed in the documentary they made about this, and he actually saw lights in the sky that night. He
really?
He did.
That was in
I can tell you what that is.
No, I
can tell you how they did it.
You know something? That is mental. Look at the date on there. June 18th, 1997. What's today's date?
It's a big, huge one, but I can tell you how they did it.
I know how they did it.
It's a balloon. It's
Guys,
a big freaking balloon.
Listen, what's today's date?
What's today's date? Let's see.
Yes. The
June 18th.
Yeah, and look at the date. Look at the date on the image. Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that a coincidence? Yeah, June 18th. June 18th. Tenacious Thorn Leon said, and the aliens took flight. Scripture. Okay? Whatever. I haven't read that, but there you go.
They're coming for us.
So easy to fake.
That appeared over Phoenix, Arizona, in fact, went over most of the state at about 30 miles an hour, which is very slow for an airborne vehicle. There were some that said they felt they could have hit it with a...
Was it balloon, you moron?
Agreed. Earth is only... Derek Nelson says, Earth is only terrestrial plane. No such thing as extraterrestrials. Fallen demons, sure. Absolutely, dude. It's exactly what I said. Bro.
Ball that seemed that close as it went over. And it created quite a stir. And
Now, I'm sorry. I said earlier that Chuck Missler was a flat earther. I seen things where he said he was a flat earther and explained Hebrew cosmology. He wasn't really active in it, but I do think he was a flat earther. I don't know if he's got to give any information about space and something like that. If he does, then it must have been before he became a flat earther, because he certainly was one at one point. I do know that.
On March 13th, there were sightings all the way from Casa Grande and Chandler, all the way up through the northern part of the state, Prescott and so forth. So it wasn't just a local phenomenon, and it created quite a stir. Now, the governor...
Sorry for stopping again. I just want to say thank you guys for turning up. There's 25 watching. Bless you guys. I think that's the most I've ever had in a live chat. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Of Arizona made a big mistake by treating a press conference the following morning lightly as humor. And it didn't go over very well because people were upset because they were getting stonewalled by the government, even though there were denials by the...
That's cool, Tenacious Thorn, but I don't understand why you have to write in capitals, man. Can read it if it's not in capitals, you know. Wow.
Air Force, they saw the fighter jets sortie after them and so on, so it created quite a stir. It wasn't picked up in the national media. It was picked up, of course, substantially in the local media, that is in the state of Arizona. And one of the things that's strange about this...
Hey, Gematria Wombat, good to see you. Gematria always turns up, yeah. Gematria is definitely a regular. What's he saying? Hold on.
How dare you call him regular?
No, just leave him for now, babe. Leave him for now. Because look, Jeff's talking to him. Just leave him for now. Right.
Is that it happened in March of...
Sorry, if he gets things, okay?
No, get rid.
No, time out fast, baby. It's up to you, but I'm just saying.
Of 1997. It didn't show up until June 18th.
Okay.
And for what's strange to me is not just the event that happened in March, but there was no word about it in the national media. But then for some reason, no obvious reason, on June 18th, it was on the front.
Yeah, Ryan, absolutely. Where? And I agree with Jeff. No, you didn't. Because if that's what you're saying, then no, you didn't.
Front page of USA Today, that's where this picture came from. It was on NBC, CBS, CNN, all the major networks had this brief comment about what happened. What was puzzling about it didn't happen on June 18th, it happened back in March. And I haven't been able to determine what triggered the news media to make it a big event at that time. It's one thing it does demonstrate is how the news is managed, because all the networks pick it up at the same time for no ostensible reason.
Coming down the cloud thing.
But as you talk...
Go on then.
Is that what he's referring to, that supposedly an angel came down in a cloud and blah, 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 blah? Is that what the scripture he's referring to? I'm just curious.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I'm going about. Go back and read. Don't use Facebook. I just use it to share stuff.
About these kinds of things, sooner or later, we have to focus on the Roswell incident. And many of you realize that approximately July 4th, a few days following maybe, some object, that's in 1947, some object landed near Roswell, New Mexico. And Sheriff George Wilcox contacted the Roswell Army Airfield regarding wreckage that was discovered on Max Brazel's ranch, in that area. The Army seals off the area and confiscates everything that was there. And on the 8th of July, Colonel William Blanchard, who was commander of the 509th Bomb Group, that was our...
Yeah, the Jolly Man says, compass the earth with bounds, boundaries change to surface ends, ends change to surface, surface is curved around core Newtonian gravity, 1666.
Oh, God.
Dude. Like it. Right, Adam first, position, fallen angel, Nephilim, garden, Genesis 2:15, son of... Right, whatever, dude. Genesis, he cursed to the ground, he died, fired from some Jew. I think you're interpreting wrongly, dude.
I think he might be assuming.
Primary atomic bomb group in those days. He issued an official press release stating that the wreckage of a crashed disc had been recovered. Now, this press release went out early enough on July 8th to be picked up by 30 newspapers across...
Dude, there's no need to be cheeky. What do you mean, whatever, dude? Prove it wrong. You prove it right. You're making the positive claim, aren't you? Wow.
Who's this guy, anyways?
And so it is. And
He's
this is
just being a knob. Get rid of him, babe.
Well, we either bring him up and
snapshot
have him
of,
discuss
what
it,
it looks
or
like.
No,
Yeah,
no,
whatever.
he's just being an idiot, dude. He's just being an idiot.
All caps all the time.
All caps all the time.
You,
He's just
your-
being an
your
idiot.
show.
I'm sorry. He wouldn't
Yeah.
come. He wouldn't come. Okay, look, dude. You might be, but she could unban you, no, probably. If you're watching still, come on. The link's at the top. Come on and tell us about it.
I'm not unbanning it.
No, if you come on and tell us about it, she'll unban you.
No, she won't.
She
Yeah,
will.
come on and talk to her.
Come on, talk
Tell us
about
what
it.
you're
You'll get
talking
unbanned.
Maybe you're right, but
you
you won't know until you talk.
know what I mean? Right, let's carry on. Sorry, dude.
She will not.
Well, I will.
I won't disagree with him. I think there might be a couple of Bible verses that do speak of something like that, but I'm not sure that that's just imagery that, you know, they're trying to explain something that they don't understand. I mean, if something happened to you and you tried to explain it in your terms, and then 2,000 years later other people read it, I can see how they could misconstrue that information,
Well,
right? Depending on the context and whatever.
The point. That's the point.
Yeah.
I think he's interpreting it wrongly. You know.
Because there's a lot of things in the Bible that have double meanings, I think, and then that's a snare. You know, that can be a snare to you.
But there's no need to come in with the attitude. You know, there's no need for it.
Yeah, I mean, we hear you. We know what you're talking about. At least I do. I know where he's coming from, but that doesn't mean it's appropriate necessarily.
Barry Ross said, no verses speak of aliens except Mandela ones. Agreed, dude. But I think if it spoke of aliens, it meant foreigners. I'm not sure about the Mandela one, but I think I would agree with you. It probably is, because I don't know that one personally. But my point was, what was it? Yes, I think when there is aliens in that, it's foreigners. It's foreigners. It depends on what translation to, you know.
Captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region and so forth. And no details of flying disc are revealed, etc., etc. Except within hours, something very strange happens. A second press release, which had tried to rescind the first one, was issued from the office of Brigadier General Roger Ramey, who was commander of the 8th Air Force. He resides at Fort Worth Army Airfield in Texas.
All right, Jolly man, she's got to bring him back. If he wants to come on, he can come on. You can flat smack him all you want, dude. But listen, if he gets cheeky, he has to go, because I don't want trolly people in here.
No, I'm not on the channel.
No, exactly.
Yeah, if he's
So,
respectful, we'll listen to it.
yeah, Vicky's
Well,
got to bring him back.
Okay.
She's unbanned him. So if you want to talk to if you want to talk to Jolly Man, go for it. But please be respectful, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Texas, which is about 400 miles away from the incident. But within hours, General Ramey issues a countermanding release, and he claimed that Colonel Blanchard and the officers of the 509th at Roswell had made an unbelievably foolish mistake that somehow they...
He said, Tenacious Don said, so you believe in spaceships, but don't believe that the Bible studies mentioned it.
We said we believe in space.
I didn't say I believe in spaceships at all. Never said that whatsoever.
No.
Where are you getting that
believe in
from?
space. What kind of retarded things is that?
How can I believe in spaceships?
You gotta know by now we don't believe in space.
You know?
There's
And my point
something
is,
above our heads, but it's not
the
space.
point was, if you see aliens, then I think they're demons. Sorry, Ryan, we were talking over each other.
Yeah, I agree. They're demons, right? They would be demons tricking you into believing that they're alien from some other world, so that way you won't believe in God. It's really obvious. Come on. If you were a demon, that's what you do, right?
Absolutely.
Convince human beings that God doesn't exist. That's your biggest challenge. That's your job. That's what the devil hired you for.
Exactly right.
So if you don't do your job, what's going to happen? You're going to get fired. I mean, come on.
Jeff,
you know, like,
nice one. Hold on a sec, right? Jeff, nice one for turning up, dude.
Okay.
Have a nice day. Have a nice rest of your day too, man. Bless you. You're always welcome. You know that. And yeah, put your link in before you go, or if not, Vicky will do it. And hopefully we get some more subs in that, because he's reading out Enoch at the minute, guys, and it's brilliant. It'll go in. Do you know what I mean? He's working with the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? It's well read. know what I mean? It's well read, and I think the truth. You know, right? What's it saying in private chat? I bet it's Jeffson by. Oh no, it's my sister-in-law's father, the sheriff. Oh really, Roger? I didn't know that. Well, obviously I didn't know that. Okay, I'm not going to read that out because it seems a bit personal. But yeah, really, that's cool, man, Roger.
That really did happen.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to read it out because it's your family. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
up to you if you want to do that. You know.
Oh, it's fine. You can if you want to. It's not going to bother me. He
All
went
right,
on he went on that Geo and did the documentary himself. So
Okay. I'll put it up. I'll put it up for a sec. Oh no, it's in private chat. I can't put it up. It says, my sister-in-law's father is the sheriff in this documentary. That's Roger. That's what I'm saying. It's a small world. Well, coincidences everywhere, man. It's almost like there's some big man upstairs governing the way things happen, way things go. You know. Almost, eh?
You think?
You think? You think? Absolutely, guys. Absolutely.
I live in Arizona for 20 years, man. Yeah.
So, say that again, dude.
I said, well, I lived on for 20 years.
Robot
I was heard something about 20 years. That's all I heard.
I heard 20 years. I heard 20 years,
Yeah.
Roger.
Yes. 20 years. Yeah. You get that?
Most of it.
Am I not coming through? Yeah.
No, you're breaking up a little bit, bro. I'm sorry. I wish I could hear it. Maybe type it. I don't know. I'm having trouble.
Yeah, I can't see it, babe. I don't
Sorry.
know.
Comment.
I can't see them in live chat. You mean?
Yeah, it says.
Well,
Really, when you see a demon, you say, "Dear Lord" or "Jesus Christ," because you are scared shitless.
I can't see that.
I can.
Put it up then, so I can see it.
You see a demon? I don't know if anybody's ever seen one. I haven't seen one. I felt it though.
Okay.
But I guess you could experience seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Oh, Roger's out again.
I've asked a few people about it, and I do know someone else that's seen or felt something like what I felt, and they told me basically the same story, that they felt something in the room, and they could tell because there was animals in the room, and they were freaking out. There was a child in the room, and then when it moved through them, they had feelings, like they started having these thoughts, and then as it passed through their body, they said that those feelings just went away, and it's the same experience that I had. It was
Like,
that's terrifying, though. You know, like when someone tells you your own story, like it's like, wait a minute, you had that experience too. Like that's freaky, bro.
Yeah, so you felt.
I get where you're coming from.
Wait,
you know,
hold on. So it went through you. It felt like you felt all its hate or all its anger or whatever.
Yes.
You felt that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Things that I've never ever thought about went through my head, and I was like, it freaked me out because I thought they were my thoughts, and I had to have someone tell me that wasn't me. It must have been something evil. And I was like, but how is that possible? And they're like, well, I don't know how to explain that to you, Ryan, but you know, you can take it for what it is. And I was like, okay, well,
absolutely. Tenacious said, Adam was crushed to till the ground till he dies, fired from subduing the earth and fish. Who is the lead man? What? Subduing the earth and fish. Now, dude, what the? I don't even know what, dude.
Just tell him to come in,
Seriously,
dude.
I haven't got a clue what
come in and tell us what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Come in. Come in. The links at the top.
Is he mixing the stuff they took out in with stuff? I mean, because I know Adam and Eve both killed themselves many times, but I mean that doesn't necessarily mean anything, right?
Yeah. No. Hey, Johnny, we come. Good to see you. He said, if there was a troll-free, all flat Earth channels would be eating caviar and smoking Havana cigars on a roundabout to feel health spin.
This proves looks on a daily basis.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was saying, I lived in Arizona for 20 years. I got married there, had my kids there, and most of the people there, the sheriffs and everybody off the reservation, half of them are related to me now. So I'm related to them. Yeah. So I know everything about like the Phoenix Lights and all that crap that went on back then.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good,
I lived in Nevada for a while, and yeah, most people that live in Nevada have seen something, and they'll tell you about it. They've all got a story.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But, I mean, just because you saw lights flying around and things, that seem to be, conscious or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's aliens. It just means that there's lights, and there might be entities out there that can show themselves.
I mean, come on.
Is that really that far to think? I mean, it's not that far outside of an alien. I mean, if you can believe in aliens, which we don't have any proof for, then why do you have such a hard time with demons or entities? I don't understand that.
Exactly.
I mean, aliens would seem like the least logical, considering we can't penetrate the barrier. How did they get here? You know, like, come on. Unless you could show me someone leaving, I mean,
just get rid of him. Sorry, Denisius. There's no point. There's no point in you being here. You're just saying the same thing.
Unban him.
Yeah, he's not getting unbanned. But the link is at the top if you want to come in and talk. You're just putting in capital letters, repeating yourself. It makes no sense. When I say words, when people say word salad, they do it the wrong way. That is word salad, dude. Don't know what the hell you're saying. I mean, you're just putting in emojis of fish, talking about fish and Adam tilling the land. Look, we know what the Bible says.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Nephilim at all. What the hell
I
are you
don't know
talking
what
about?
you're saying, dude. It's just, it's key, absolute key. But
Yeah,
but you can come in. You can come in StreamYard if you want. The link's at the top if you want to talk about it. Because I'm sorry, what you're saying is it's I don't
nonsense.
even know.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
well, it would seem to be nonsense until you back it up with something. I mean, unless you come and talk to us, and you can explain it. But if all you're going to do is keep making weird comments and answering the question from before, then we're never going to be able to keep up with you. You know.
Absolutely.
We'll give you the floor, dude.
Yeah.
Give you the floor. We'll get you.
Absolutely. Exactly.
We'll tell you if you're wrong, but I mean, you know, that's what we do, right?
Absolutely. But yeah, links there if you want to come in, dude. 28 watching, most I've ever had. Bless you guys. Nice one for turning up.
Nice. Maybe this is a good subject then.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about more stuff like this more often.
I've got part 2 to it. Part 2's longer. This one's about 50 odd minutes. Part 2's probably about an hour and a half, an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. But hopefully we get this one done tonight, so the next one can be done second part next Tuesday. You know, keep it going.
Well, I didn't know I was a general till now. My name is General Roger. What?
Yeah, Roger's always got a different name.
I'm going to leave you guys. I'll be listening. So I got to go.
All right, dude. Bless you. Nice one for turning up. Ta-da.
Bye. Bye, Vicky.
Let's do it. Ta-da. I said bye.
Bye.
Okay. She said bye.
Bye.
Ta-da, mate.
Bye.
A weather balloon and its radar reflector as the wreckage of a crashed disk. Now, frankly, everyone that heard this, that thought about it a little bit, realized that was just a very contrived cover story. And this press release, in effect, hit the next day by General Ramey.
I would almost bet you if there's actually any reality to this story, it was probably someone who invented something like that, and they shot it down, and they took it from the person, right? That makes more logical sense to me than anything I've heard about it. That's about the only kind of story that would make logical sense to me. Because we know there ain't no such thing as aliens. So either someone stole something from a place where they weren't supposed to, and this is how they recovered it, or they're just making this crap up. Dude. Come on.
Absolutely. General Ramsey empties Roswell saucer. Okay. Right, here we go.
Why are they
did not
saucers?
Explain why they confiscated everything. Why the whole
and why are they suddenly nowadays they're all mixed? They're cigars and they're all different sizes. But before they were all just. I mean, come on, this is so dumb. I don't know why we're spending any time on this, but okay, I'm down.
Hey, listen, people are liking it because they're watching it. I think
they are. I get it. It's entertaining.
The thing is, right? He hasn't. It's about the Return of the Nephilim, right? He hasn't got into that part yet. He's obviously getting to that. So let's see what he says when he gets into it. If it's nonsense, then you know.
No, fair enough. No, I want to hear it. I want to hear what he has to say.
People are watching, so they must like it. You know what I mean? But guys, if there's something I'm doing that you don't like, everybody doesn't like it, then fine, tell me and we'll do something else. You know what I mean? But I have to go by majority. I can't just. I wouldn't want to say right, I'm doing it because once I pick the subject, if you don't like it, then just tell me and I'll do you know what I mean?
It's not about me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know how I feel. I'm not trying to say that. You know what I mean?
I'm just letting people know in general if there's something that if I'm doing something and you think it's whack, it's crap, it's kich, it's skabala, maniaca, then tell me. I'll change it. We'll do something else. You know. But so far, I mean, this is all right. I mean, everything we've seen so far has been fake. Absolutely.
This day. And now what that really did, this absurd cover story, frankly, just fueled the 50 years, the intervening 50 years of conjectures and all kinds of anecdotal testimonies of people who were involved peripherally. All kinds of stories have been echoing throughout this half century that's transpired.
There you go. That's a good comment, like you just said. We don't allow trolling in here. We are perfectly imperfect. No, sorry. We are a perfectly imperfect family. We all love our little family. Well said, babe. Well said. Nice comment. Nice comment.
Since July of 1947. And the stories typically maintain that there were 4 alien occupants of this disc, that 3 of them were dead, 1 was still alive. All these presumably were taken off to...
I've got to put that up. Tony Wickham said, spoke to a Jamaican woman today waiting for an order to be processed, and 10 minutes later she states, you got me questioning what I've been told in school now, giving her a key to the flat earth door. Excellent, man. Good flat smacking. Yeah, too right. He's a flat smacker. He's a flat smacker.
Work and everything.
Yeah, man. He goes about smacking every. he's a violent flat earth smacker. You know what I mean? He does it violently, smacking them all over the place. Yo, by proxy, you're a flat earther anyway.
I just don't get why people want to come and disturb our peace.
I know. Anyway, you know, Tony, I'm only joking about it. I know you're just flat smacking. But yeah, some flat smack, how you doing, man? You're doing well. Excellent. Excellent, man. Oh, went back to the blimmin' start. How far in was I? Past that. Was I? No. Hold on, let's see where I was. Where was
in the middle of the Roswell part, yeah.
Let's see that. Hold on.
Because I can't see the clock.
So you wonder, why is this thing still classified?
No.
Several presidents.
That's after it.
And it turns out it was ineffective denial. Did not explain why they confiscated everything, why the whole subject has been classified to this day. And now what that really did, this absurd cover story, frankly, just fueled the 50 years, the intervening 50 years of conjectures and all kinds of anecdotal testimonies of people who were involved peripherally. All kinds.
High digital, UFO, unlikely.
And that's why they got scared, and that's why they started playing this game. It became a psychological operation from the very start. They realized how affected people were by this, and they used it to just another nail in the coffin when it comes to psychologically reducing you to a pile of putty, right? Think about it. It makes you stupid. It makes you believe in crazy stuff. You start believing in aliens. You start believing in Bigfoot. You start believing in all this crap, dude, and it leads you down a freaking road that takes you to nowhere. What does God tell you? Test all things and hold on to that which is true. Don't believe bullshit like that, man. Stop. It's like,
test
man, throw it out, bro. Like, unless you got some high level evidence, some quality evidence, like just because they kept it a secret doesn't mean that it means anything. Maybe it really wasn't nothing. Maybe they were really hiding up something they were testing out. You don't know what the hell it would have been. How would you ever know? How could anybody ever really know? Come on. And if somebody did, do you think they'd still be alive? Come on. It's ridiculous. Go on.
I get you, bro.
Kinds of stories have been echoing throughout this half century that's transpired since July of 1947. And the stories typically maintain that there were 4 alien occupants of this disc, that 3 of them were dead, 1 was still alive. All these presumably were taken off to the never land of military security, and there's all kinds of stories.
Vicky's attempting multitasking. She's trying to be in chat, talk to me. I'm telling her to talk louder so the mic can pick her up. And she says, no, I'm a bit tired. I'm like, that's cool. She says, but I'm playing my game. So she's being tired, playing a game, in chat, and talking to me. And she says she can't multitask. That's multitasking.
I never can multitask. I just don't like doing it.
I know, baby.
That are too preposterous to really accept, and yet it continues. The great mystery about When I travel, one of the most often questions I get is, what really happened at Roswell? Well, we don't really know what happened at Roswell. It's been classified, and we'll talk about that a little bit.
Ridiculous.
We do know something that happened 9 months.
Jolly Man says, UAPs, I don't know what it is, traveling through impossible mediums of negative pressure or dilating space-time using imaginary particles. Of course not. Love the emojis, man. Love the emojis. Definitely.
We didn't even have a theory for that back then.
No.
That's been developed since then. Come on, we all know that.
No.
I got one word for you to define in your dictionary, but this is going to be your Hebrew dictionary. And that word is nasha. Nasha. And it means, it's the root word, and it means to lead astray.
Lead astray.
And that's what they named NASA after.
Yeah, Nasha. Are you waving?
So why do you think they created NASA, people?
Vicky waving
to lead you astray.
Yeah, I get you.
Do you understand that?
That's what
the root. There you go. There's your answer. There's the actual truth right there. They're going to lead you astray.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's what they're doing. People are indoctrinated by it, and they believe every single. I mean, come on, look at even the debate last night. I was trying to moderate. You know what I mean? That was just ridiculous what he was saying. He's a liar. He knew.
Why can't we? Exactly. Is it possible to debate someone that actually has a real argument?
Yeah,
is that possible? Or are all these guys clowns? Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't know why we bother debating people. And I get where he's coming from. It's like, why debate any of these people when all they're doing, it's obviously either one of two things, right? They're either being paid because they're shilling us, right? And all they're trying to do is just cause discord, and then they get paid for it. Or they really just have some kind of psychological mental problem where they can't let go of something that they want to believe in. And they it's such a strong feeling that they won't stop coming after people like that. And just trying to it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
The only thing that makes sense is these people are hypnotized. They're on something or something. You know, like, when are we gonna realize that?
It's proper obsessive. It's like
they're mentally ill, but how did they get that way over something simple?
What's that relationship called when parasocial, is it? When you're one person's like sort of grabbing onto someone else or something else, but are you
talking about when someone holds you hostage and you consider them?
Hold on. Oh, that's a parasocial relationship, isn't it? That's kind of what it is. Parasocial relationship. You know, I think it's called parasocial. Hey, hold on.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm gonna have to get it. I was looking for my psychology book today, and I can't find it. I know I gave one away, but I still got one here at the house. I want to get it out because Carl Jung said some stuff that I think we should talk about. I mean, I think I should bring it up because he talks about this in his books about psychology, and he describes it very, 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 very. I mean, and they even talk about like brainwashing in those books. So I mean, it might. My suggestion is, if you're curious about that, you should read a psychology book, any psychology book.
Yeah.
And then read anything you can find by Carl Jung. He was a very smart guy for his time, and he was a Christian as far as I know. I know a lot of people say that he wasn't, but I've also heard the opposite. So, you know, but also, you know, anytime you look up and research, you know, use your own diligence, you know, like read your Bible and ask God to show you the way. Don't just believe what I have to say or anything else. Believe what, you know, speaks to you, you know. If it doesn't speak to you, then, you know.
You see, look, I've gone to heads. Look,
you know.
I've gone to heads. Look, I'm going to head, guys. Look, I've got a girly head on my shoulders. What's going on? Is that Victoria? No. Look at her. Just try to be crafty. Just show a part of her face and that. What's wrong with her? Stop tickling me. Right, yeah, parasocial. Yeah, parasocial.
She exists. I mean, she has a right to show her face.
The meaning of parasocial in English: involving or relating to a connection between a person and someone they don't know personally. For example, a famous person or character in a book. Parasocial relationships. Psychologists have long known that people can engage in parasocial relationships with fictional characters as well. That's parasocial.
Yes,
That's what
because you don't know if those people are real or not. You're only reading a book about them or what they supposedly wrote. How do you know someone else didn't write it and put it in that name? You know, like that happens a
And
lot.
it's true. It's absolutely true. People get lost in
Take the
relationships
credit for
with
someone else's
fictional
stuff.
characters, no, from television and stuff. People do get
Like if you look at Einstein and you look at Tesla, both, I'm telling you, I know everybody praises Tesla for all this stuff because they've managed to convince us of that. But just remember, we don't know that any of these people in history were really who they say they were.
I know.
I mean, Einstein was the biggest goofball, married his cousin. You know, like I'm not saying that by itself just makes you not a good person, but I'm saying,
He's not.
I'm just saying, you know, this was a simple guy. They took him out of nowhere and they turned him into this icon. You know what I'm saying? Like that scares me. That scares me. Maybe he was a genius and all these other things, but does that mean he, you know, kind of like what's his name, the guy in the wheelchair that they scurried around and had some kind of stupid computer that claimed that he was talking through it and all this crap. I mean, come on. And
Stephen
people
Hawking.
believe this stuff, you know.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
Come on, that guy died a long time ago. Give me a break. That was all just.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate to say it, people, but we need to stop watching television and thinking that the stuff we see on there is real.
I don't even watch it.
If you haven't witnessed it and on the street in your neighborhood, then it doesn't exist, bro. I mean, that's the way I look at it now.
That's right. That's right, dude.
I'm dead serious. I know that sounds crazy to hear an American say that, but it's absolutely how I look at it. I don't watch the news, and when I hear stories, I just say, "Why do you believe that anyway? Why would you get all upset about anything like that, regardless of what it is, when you haven't seen anything happen? Now you show me someone that's been over there and they got shot and got hurt, and they've got a real story, and I'll believe that person if they tell it to me genuinely. But you're never going to convince me over the television that something's true, and especially the way it's supposed to be true, right? Like they're saying that, you know, the Russians are bad guys or whatever they're saying, right? You know, they just lie. They'll just lie. They'll lie some more. I mean, I don't trust any of them. Why would anybody in the world trust them? It literally, they never tell you the truth, except when they want to tell you when the weather's going to change. Thank God they give us that, but Jesus, you know, like, and they give you the scores of all the football games, right? Well, why do they do that? Because they make money off of it. Come on, people. It's a big advertising campaign, and it's always has been. It's not real.
That's right.
And we got to start looking that way. I mean, we're all adults here. We got to realize that just because it says it's news doesn't mean that it's real, people. Challenge it. Go see it for yourself. Go to those countries. If you've got money, prove it to me. Go over there and get some of your own footage. Show me that. I'll believe that. But I ain't going to believe this news thing because I don't know if they took that cut out of some other war or some other thing they set up somewhere way in the past. We don't know how old this. Come on.
There's no reputable news channel.
Exactly. And it's all of our countries. It's not just mine. It's not just the one next to mine. It's not just the one next to yours. Yeah. They're all in on it together, man.
Yes, the BBC is terrible. You know it. Right.
Well, I won't even name names, but I'm just saying.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I've seen something I wanted to read out.
Okay.
Derek Nelson said, I haven't watched TV. Hold on. Let's put it up. Where is it? There it is. Sure. I haven't watched TV for 7 years. Fair play, man. I haven't watched it in, like, say, about 2, 3, maybe. I don't really watch it. I go on a BBC iPlayer to watch Doctor Who, which is turned so woke, it's ridiculous. So I'm hoping it gets better, but it's not. It's getting worse. So that's the closest I kind of get to TV is BBC iPlayer. But I don't go on terrestrial TV at all. No, at all.
It hasn't been quite that. Well, I mean, I'll still watch certain shows. Like I'll sit on Netflix and I'll watch a show, right? But I don't watch live TV. I won't watch the news. I won't watch the local. None of that. I don't care. I'll check the weather on my phone. That's all I need. If I need to know, most of the time my wife tells me anyway. So. You know what I mean? Like, what do I need to know? And she'll ask me, "What do you think about this? What are you going to do about this?" And then I'd be like, "Why would I respond to that? It's nonsense. It sounds like nonsense to me." And I'll tell her why I think it's nonsense. She'll be like, she'll just look at me like she agrees with me, but she doesn't want to admit I'm right. You know, like if she realizes that, well, okay, I can't argue with that, but she still just like looks at me like, yeah, she doesn't not sure what to think about me because she thinks that I'm a little wacky for believing the Earth's flat, but.
Well,
I have.
Vicky used to think I was blooming crazy about it. But
never did.
You're lucky you were able to show her the way, man. My wife's very stubborn.
It wasn't me, guys.
It wasn't you. She did it.
It was partly me, but it was what we do. It was you. It was Frank.
Right.
It was everybody in the chat. it was me. It wasn't just me. It
Because
was
people
everybody.
standing up for what they know. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah,
And you
that's how
guys started to see it too.
do you know when I think she really seen it is when she heard about the clouds, wasn't it?
I'd already thought it, but
Like
it
that.
just didn't make sense.
Like that.
Why are they flat on the bottom?
It's Paul Joe.
Did you hear that anyway?
Why are
Yeah.
they flat on the bottom? Yeah. Why
Hey,
are
can I
they?
just
Yeah.
say hello to
Why are
Sandro?
they
He's-
perfectly level? Yeah.
Yeah.
That got me too.
Let me say
That was
hello-
part. I mean, everything along the way. But yeah.
Oh, let me say hello to Sandro.
Go, Sandro. What's up, Sandro? Gee, I'm sorry.
You're a numpty.
I know. I should just mute when because I like to mumble like in the background. I don't realize you can hear me so well.
Doesn't stop.
Well, when it's just
Yes,
you and me,
Sandro,
PJ,
bless
we
you,
can
man.
get away with that
Next-
because most people can hear two conversations at the same time. But then when she
That's
starts talking
true,
in the
that's
background, then that's when it gets confusing.
Of course. Vicky just said, to be honest, in private we all talk crap anyway.
We do though, but we have a laugh.
I would.
Of
This
course.
is the way I would be talking if I was sitting in that room with you, the two of you. I'd be sitting on the side there talking smack just like I am now. I would not be any different. So please don't ever think that I would be phony or this is me. Trust me. This is you ask anybody that knows me, they'll say, well, yeah, he shines on a little bit for the TV and whatever, on the internet, but they'll say, yeah, that's who he is. He's a cocky asshole, just like he shows out to be. But you know what? I know a lot of people, and I don't really know anybody that doesn't like me, even though I give them a hard time and I tell them the truth and I'm hard on them and I tell them, dude, you're wrong. Somebody comes to me and tells me some story about something and they're like all upset with somebody. I'd be like, bro, why are you upset with that person? Like, this sounds like something that's all on you. And they'll be like, what? But then when they'll call me later and go, man, you're right. You know what? Thanks, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I've just put it up. Derek says you're kind of awesome, Cookie. He is, dude. He's brilliant, man. He's brilliant.
Thank you.
Good guy.
I'll shut up now.
And and what he talks about. He might say it in extent. He might say it in extent and zealously, but what he says is truth, and what he believes is truth. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't.
I try. I do. I do believe some things that aren't true. I'm sure I do. I'm sure lots of things. But yeah, but like I said, when someone shows up, like if you showed up and you said, hey, look, I heard you talking about this and that yesterday on the show, and you've got some like evidence in the Bible, whatever it is, and you say, look, this is how I feel about it, or this is how we feel about it, and we wanted to share it with you to see what you thought, because we seem to think alike on this and that. If you come at me with anything like that, I'm going to sit down and listen to you, and I'll even go and watch movies. I'll even read a whole book if I have to. If you got some evidence for me. But I'm telling you, I've never had anybody, except for maybe a couple people, but it's a different experience. But when it comes to like trolls, I've never had any troll come and show me any evidence that actually was valid. Now I've had flat earthers that don't even know me that'll be like, dude, you're wrong about that. Here, let me show you, and they'll send me a file, and I won't even read the file right away. Right? I'll throw it in with my collection, and I'll forget all about it. And then I don't know, a year later, I'll start thumbing through that stuff and to share something or to pull something to put on TikTok or whatever, and I'll find it and I'll be like, where did I get this? And then I'll look and see where the file came from, and of course it'll show where I got it from. So luckily I can do that. And then I'll go back and I'll realize, I go, wow, that person sent me that like out of the blue, and they didn't even like have anything else to say to me. They just said, hey, I wanted to share this with you. But I didn't listen to them right away. But then I went back and got a hold of that person. I was like, dude, thanks for sending me that. And they're like, what are you talking about? They had forgotten about it. And I was like, yeah, about a year ago, you gave me a file. I can show you how I figured it out. And they were like, wow, I almost forgot about that. He's like, yeah, I remember that. And then he told me, and I was like, wow, thanks a lot. I said, he goes, well, I'm glad to see that you actually read it. I said, I told you, if you send me something, eventually I will discover why you sent it to me, and I'll either, whatever. And if I can figure out who sent it to me, I'll even get back with you. But yeah, like I've had evidence for all. I got lots of evidence. Let's put it that way. If anybody's interested in my evidence, send me your email. My email is rnsargent73@gmail.com.
If you want, do you want to put it in? Do you want to type it in chat, or do you want to keep it? Because maybe a lot of people might see
if you can do it for me, I could do it. But
let me.
It's RN.
Sorry, RN.
Yeah, Ryan Neal Sargent.
Right, hold on. Let's just get my keyboard started.
RN Sargent 73.
SAR.
No, SARGENT. Just like Mark Sargent.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 73 and then at Gmail. If you're interested in any evidence about flat Earth and all that, I got all kinds of stuff. I sent stuff to Flats already. I've sent it to some of you guys.
Sorry,
and
sorry.
anybody's interested,
What was after Sergeant? What was after Sergeant?
7-3.
7-3.
Number 7-3. Yeah.
At
RN
Gmail.
Sergeant. And there, at gmail.com.
Okay, got
You
you.
send me a message and tell me who you are and what because I don't know all your names, real names or whatever. I only know your. So yeah, my name's Ryan, by the way. So now you know. Now you know my last name and my middle name, but you don't have to share that. But anyway, if you want to get a hold of me and you want some of the evidence that I got, I'll share anything on my drive. But you have to have Google Drive or something in comparison. That's the only way you can view it for me to share it. I don't know if I can make copies. If that's possible, tell me how to do it, and I'll send you a copy anyway. But I have movies. I have like all those old movies, like 100 or 200 proofs and all that. I have a whole bunch of these movies all saved on a file that someone gave me. It was free to me, and I'll give it to you freely. I don't charge no money. I know there's a lot of people in Flat Earth that'll charge you money, and they'll mail you little cards that you can give out to people to share Flat Earth. That's great and all. I bought some of those from some of those people, but I've got a file of just a plain one that if you want it for free, I'll send you the file. I've got it in my drive. You can just print as many copies as you want. It won't cost you nothing except for the paper that you printed off.
That's it. That's excellent.
I'm just telling you, I'm not out to make money. If somebody wants to support me and watch my channel or whatever, or get involved in anything that I decide to do, or even call me and want me to get involved in something they're doing. I live in California. I'm willing to travel somewhat nearby to do testing and do all. I mean, I'm willing to do all that kind of stuff.
2 seconds, dude. Can you put in his TikTok channel and his YouTube channel?
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Derek Nelson says good to meet. Derek Nelson says good to meet you, Ryan.
Good to meet you guys. I mean, I know you guys don't know a lot about me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut into the show and all that, but I mean, I've been trying to get this out, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm researching right now that I need help. I need people like you and me that are smart, but Bible based, that can look and compare and look at the different translations of the Bible and then actually figure out something and come up with some answers, and not just tell me, well, this is what someone told me. And I want to, I need people that are actually willing to look through stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of work to do all that, and it's not fun. Let's put it that way. You're looking for a needle in a haystack. You know what I mean? So, and I think there's a lot of evidence in the Bible to support science and a lot of things too. But I don't know if it means.
Hold a second. You sounds like a needle in a haystack, but that's good, dude, because that builds patience and character in you when you're trying.
We need great minds to work on this stuff, though. That's how they do it. They use algorithms. We don't necessarily have that yet, but if we had people that were smart enough to help us make that stuff, then I'm sure we'd be figuring stuff out. We could be sending out programs that could be out surfing for information, finding videos that exist on the internet where they're not supposed to, or where they've been shared by accident. But we could get our hands on it and then figure out, you know what I'm saying? There's things we can do. I'm sure if you put our heads together, but that's what we should be working on, man. We should be working on proving the thing one way or the other, regardless of how it makes us look. If I turn out to be wrong about something that I've said, I don't have a problem with that.
No,
and I'll take the licking every time, and I'll apologize.
Yeah, if you're wrong, you just admit you're wrong and say, listen.
Well, you got to go back and tell your friends, hey, I was wrong about that, and show them the truth, right? And that's what you do, right? So you got to keep in contact, and that's hard to do on the internet. People just disappear, it's difficult. That's why I gave out my email, and if I get my email crashed, I'll shut it down and get a new one. It's no big deal. If you guys are really that interested, or you really want to troll me that much, then help yourself. I can always change it. Right, but, it's out there if you guys are interested. I do have evidence, and
Dylan Heron says, "I just tried to seek and speak the truth, dude. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Is try and speak the truth. That's exactly
lots of evidence out there, but you have to read hours for hours to find this evidence. It's not going to make itself clear until you read it all and start to understand what they're talking about. Some of these flight simulator, there's some stuff in there that'll blow your mind. You'll be like, what the heck are they talking about? They're talking about, magnetic fields and how they bounce around and how they can use them to see the furthest away. And so they're prepared so they can protect the people who fly the planes and all this kind of stuff. This is important stuff. It's military stuff. They don't joke around about it, and they don't share their secrets, right? And they're not supposed to. If everybody knew everything they were doing, then, it wouldn't really be a war, would it? Even though we all probably know that wars are fake anyway, but the point is,
Ryan's channel for TikTok. and YouTubers there. Can just say hello to Jim Bob. Jim Bob just joined the panel. How you doing, bro?
Hey, good. How you doing?
Yeah, all good, bro. Are you driving again?
Yeah, I'm always driving. I just pulled over.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. Yeah, we're just doing this thing with Chuck Missler. We're just watching a video with Chuck Missler. The Return of the Nephilim. See what he's saying about it. I know he's passed now, but I used to like his stuff.
I like Chuck. I've listened to a lot of his stuff. He's great.
Did you know he was a flat earther, Jim Bob?
No.
Yeah, he was a flat earther. I don't know if he was at this point here, but he wasn't active. He wasn't active in it. But when he was asked about it, he went by the Hebrew cosmology.
Oh man, it seems
So,
like
yeah.
he
I would
have
hope
been.
so.
He's a
I
legend.
would hope so. I would hope that every theologian that's on television or on the radio or any popularity at all is telling the truth about at least that much, right? Like if they're not, then something's wrong,
Definitely.
right? And that's what I think. That's why I warn people when you start to research the Bible, you're going to find out a lot of things that you may not have known, and it might make you realize that the devil really does exist right in front of you. You might be following people that are like obviously not telling the truth, and that's a terrifying thing. So be careful, like what you ask for, but at the same time,
I know the devil
terrifying.
He spoke to me, and it was terrifying. Sorry, Jim Bob.
No, that would scare me. Yeah,
Jim Bob was saying something when he came in. Sorry, Jim Bob. What was you saying?
Oh, no worries. I was saying Chuck is a legend. Like he's such a motivating person in my life, and all the stuff that he's done. He was so far ahead of his time with like the transhuman stuff and the Nephilim. Like he was kind of like the pioneer for all this stuff.
But
so,
I get him, man, definitely. I liked his stuff, but I haven't seen the Nephilim stuff, this kind of thing. I haven't watched him for a long time. I know he's passed now. Somebody told me earlier on that he passed. I can't remember who it was. Jeff Conkle told me he passed. Yeah,
yeah, did, yeah.
I think we all do hit a spot in our belief where we start to be wrestling with these books, right? That's what's going to happen.
Aye. Right, let me get on with this video because it's still got like 40 minutes to go, and we've already been on an hour and 16. I want to get this video finished as well, but listen, I'm going to leave this to play. I need to go to the toilet, and I'll be back. Then we'll stop it and all that. Yeah, and I need to grab a drink. My mouth's a bit dry. Right, let's play it.
After
TMI, you could have said you had a neighbor at the door.
Al Gore was born. And it turns out he really was. The Roswell incident occurred nominally about July, the days following July 4th in 1947. His birthday is March 31st of 1948, and that makes a cute quip because every audiences always seem to enjoy that kind of a crack. And obviously, I'm not being serious that there's a linkage really. But in any case, there is one reason I want to dwell on this a little bit, because for 50 years, people have conjectured what really happened there, and the Air Force has contrived one thin cover story after another over the years, each one sillier than the first, each one easily refuted by anyone that does a little homework. So you wonder, why is this thing still classified? Several presidents and half a dozen congressmen have tried to crack the security surrounding Roswell to no avail. What could have happened there that is still to this day regarded as an item of national security? And now, interestingly enough, just in the last few months, there appears that we now have what some people would call the smoking gun. There is some tangible evidence that's finally emerged that there was a crash of some kind, and it did have victims of some sort. You see, when General...
Anything you want to say what happened, what you said so far while I was away? Anything? You're muted, right?
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
No, I'm just listening to what he's saying. He's going...
Cool. I'm just saying, did he bring up anything you want to talk about while I was toileting up?
No, I wasn't.
All right. Cool. Not a problem. Let's go.
Well, I grew up a couple hours away from Roswell, and I've been to the museum there in Roswell.
That's cool.
But
that's cool.
Have you ever looked into Aleister Crowley and Babylon Working?
I've looked in Aleister Crowley. I've looked in Aleister Crowley definitely, but I don't know about that. I've watched loads of... Right.
Yeah,
Dude, I live
far sidetracked, but yeah, that's kind of like So that kind of goes into this whole thing with the aliens, and as far as our times, because Aleister Crowley was the first one who made the picture of the Greys. And so you have in the early 1900s, you also had War of the Worlds, that thing that aired on the radio and scared everybody. So it's always been their plan to
people thought it was real.
Supposedly.
Right. So anyway, carry on.
You're right. People thought that was true, man. That War of the Worlds when they played it. But the thing is, you watch that, it really is quite scary the way they've done it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
Go on.
I'm positively sure that the first time they ever did a trick scare like that after radio began, people really become really, really dependent on it and faithful to it, right? Believing that the things that happen on there are really true, right? You get what I'm saying? And then once you created that, and then somebody thinks that went awry, of course they're going to believe it. And a lot of simple-minded people will be tricked by it. But as an example, most religious people won't react to it right away. They'll be like, well, let's see what the Bible says. Let me go pray on it. That's what we all do, right? Like, we may not say it outright. We might say, well, give me a few minutes to think about this and let me go talk to my family or whatever. But that's what we're going to do, right?
Well, yeah, you always take.
We're going to ask God to, hey, tell me what the hell. Wait, I'm in a position here. Help me, Lord. You know, that's what God wants you to do, like in all things, right? Like that's what He says.
We do ask for the Lord's guidance because we in general are fickle.
We cannot figure it out.
We can't make up our minds.
We need God to show us.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Need direction by the Holy Spirit. Absolutely, man.
There you go.
No, of course there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it, of course not.
No, right. I'm just saying the truth. I'm not saying anything bad.
That's right, dude. That's right.
Ramey at Fort Worth issued that cover story. The press was present, and many pictures were taken. And James Bond Johnson of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram was among them. And on July 8th, he took a photograph, a number of the photographs happened to show General Ramey clutching a sheaf of papers in his hand that apparently was a communique to Washington, D.C., and he happened to have that in his hand while he was going through this explanation and demonstrating that this really was a weather balloon. They had some props there that they showed and so forth. Well, it turns out that was in July 47. Since 1947, we've made a lot of progress in digital imaging technology. And this sheaf of paper that was photographed was analyzed with a digital photo scanner and enlarged and enhanced the words printed on the folded piece of paper. And then using a program for digital enhancement and analysis, it's now been reported on Associated Press on November 22nd of the year 2002 that David Rudiak was able to identify several key phrases on that sheaf of paper that General Ramey was clutching during that press conference.
Wow.
There's a phrase, the victims of the wreck, and also the phrase, in the disk they will ship. Lots of other words that were hard to, more conjectural is what they said, but the point is here's a communication in his hand going to Washington that speaks of victims of the wreck and speaks of a disk that they're going to ship. While he's covering the story that Colonel Blanchard was all mixed up, this is just a weather balloon. So finally, the UFO research.
Go back. What scripture did he just reference? I missed it. I heard what he said about it, but I didn't hear what scripture he said.
How far back?
He said something about disk. What is he talking about? What word? What Hebrew word?
How far back do you reckon?
I don't know. Maybe a minute and a half, maybe less. I don't know. I was just trying to make sure I get a chance to see what because I have a thing here to all the Hebrew words so we can see what they really mean.
All right. I've gone back.
I've
gone back a minute and a half.
I think he just said that it existed. I just want to see if he mentioned a verse. That way I know where he got it from.
Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop.
He said something about a disc. Remember, he said.
And enlarged and enhanced the words printed on the folded piece of paper. And then using a program for digital enhancement and analysis, it's now been reported on Associated Press on November 22nd of the year 2002 that David Rudiak was able to identify several key phrases on that sheaf of paper that General Ramey was clutching during that press conference. There's a phrase, the victims of the wreck, and also the phrase, in the disk they will ship.
Oh, I thought he was talking about...
Lots of other words.
Here. Then he says also, no, wait, he says something here, like he's referring it to the Bible. Now, listen carefully. I want to know what he's doing.
That were hard to, more conjectural is what they said, but the point is, here's a communication in his hand going to Washington that speaks of victims of the wreck and speaks of a disc that they're going to ship. While he's covering the story that Colonel Blanchard was all mixed up, this is just a weather balloon. So finally, the UFO researchers have something tangible to go on, because up till now it's been a spooky thing. Let's shift a little bit from 47 to July.
I think I get it. Okay, so he's not talking. Okay, I thought he said something about there was a scripture that referred to a disc or something. I was going to say I'd like to see that, but I thought that's what I thought I heard him say that. I wanted to confirm that. That's all. So he was just talking about the story. So what he's saying is this. Okay, this is basically to lay it all down. He's saying that they found some paperwork wherever, however they got it. Somebody, some dummy along the line, that the compartmentalized guy probably threw it away without shredding it or something, or they got a piece of shredded paper and they put it together and found a couple of words out of a sentence, right? Okay, so I think if we're going to do something, I mean, this is just my opinion, but if we're going to even go further when it comes to like this as evidence, can't we at least go and find out who the hell this person was and how, come on, right?
Absolutely.
That would be the first thing in a court of law that I'm going to say. I'm going to say, well, who is this guy and what does he have to do with this case, right? Like, show me evidence to show that he has something to do with what we're talking about that has some direct, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like, I mean, I don't know where he's going with this, but I mean, he's just going along with the story like I guess he heard it. But I mean, how do you know that they didn't just hire a bunch of men that were really smart, knew all kinds of military actions, had all that knowledge already, then sent them out there with this crazy stories to tell all these people different stories that were really believable because they actually had, like real knowledge about metals and alloys and things that you can trick people with, right? If you're a really good if you knew a lot about things about book smart, you could easily convince an adult or or even a young person of some crazy stuff just by showing them, some definitions in books and things like that and confirming what other scientists have said. You could lead people astray very easily. And I think that's the reason why this was all done, right? It's I think that maybe they used the Bible as actually against us in this term, because they do. These people that preach this stuff, and I'm not saying this guy's wrong. I'm saying from my perspective, this way I'm analyzing it is, I'm going to go by what this book says until I know that until the God reveals to me that it's not true, right? And so far I haven't lost by going by this. I may have have people like not want to be my friend anymore, but hey, it is what it is, right? But I mean, I
just want to read what Dylan said. He said they opened a portal and those entities came through. Deception has gotten stronger since, along with technology and illness.
Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. But I do want to talk about that because I think it's important, because a lot of people that believe and were science fiction nerds like me when I was young, I watched everything about aliens. I watched Mysteries of the Unexplained. I have books. I still have books about stories of people that have, and I'm telling you,
wow.
When you read some of these stories, they sound genuine. I mean, the people write them very well, and I know that there's good writers out there, but that doesn't mean they're true. Okay, but
no, of course not.
I believed in all this stuff, but in my life, I've had things expressed to me and shown to me.
Absolutely, 100% fabricated. Not at all. Not at all. Sometimes it could be like you say, military, whatever, But yeah, there's a lot of fabrication going on.
But even the Bible you can be tricked into believing that something means something that it doesn't. It's very easily to believe in that because you want to believe things, right? You want to make things in your heart that you feel like are strongly that should be right, that feel right to you. You want that. You want to take away that conjecture and that feeling of guilt, right? And so if you can take any of that guilt away, if some people will take that, right? And that doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human, right? That's what you're naturally going to do. You want to defend yourself. But when you look at it, the smart way is that God tells you that the right way is always the right way to go. It's not you don't do the wrong thing, but at the same time, people will ask me, well, what, you don't defend yourself? You don't act out. I said, well, no, if somebody comes into my neighborhood or somebody comes along to me and they treat me in some kind of way, I respond to it. But do I pick a fight with them and fight with them? No. But I try to I will respond in a negative way to get their reaction, because I want to see how do they react when I do it back to them. If they can't handle the key, then get out of the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, if you can go out there and be bossy and push people around and be a bully, then you better be open to someone else coming along going, well, who do you think you are? Like, I'm bigger than you. What are you going to do to me? Like, not that I do it that way, but you know what I'm saying?
Like Sandra said,
it's about being a good person. It's about learning from your bad. It's about your relationship with God. Don't let stories confuse you. I'm sorry. Go on. Let's go on.
It's not about your relationship with Jesus. Just want to read out Sandra says, like NASA, CERN is tax funded by 23 countries. You know what I mean? They got so much money, it's unbelievable.
Well, they print it.
All
they don't need money.
No,
they don't need money.
Not.
Yeah.
Of course they don't, but
they print it. But the point is they can get anything done that they want by just printing money. But the problem is that whenever they do that, it goes negative. And so supposedly all our countries are we owe Britain, right? Supposedly.
Yeah.
Britain owns everything. But anyway, let's move on. I'm sorry. Let's get to it because I don't know if this guy's a bad person or not, but I'm really I'm on the edge of oh no, I don't like this. I don't like the way it's sounding.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't want to dislike this guy because he's nice, but I love Chuck Missler. Yeah. Right, I hear you. Let's get on. Yeah.
19th through the 26th, about a week, in 1952. I happen to remember this vividly because in June 30th of 1952, I was entering the United States Naval Academy. So I was a plebe, a plebe at Annapolis when this was in the papers and much talked about at the time. It turns out a number of UFOs harassed Washington National Airport, which in those days was the only airport there. We didn't have Dulles. This is before Dulles. And also Andrews Air Force Base so badly they had to shut down the air traffic. And this went on and off and on for a week. And it was in the papers because every time the Air Force would alert jets to investigate what these things were, they would disappear. As soon as the jets landed, they came back. And fiery objects overrun jets over Capitol in the Washington Post. These are headlines from that period. Now, one of the things there again, they never really explained it.
Hey, Mr. Super Sidewinder, how you doing? He says, here listening, but busy cooking. Cool, no problem, dude. And listen, I'm not going to forget, Vicky won't let me forget to play, it's you and, Lucky Haskins again. And the song is, She's on My Mind or something, is it that? Can't remember. Something like that. She's on my mind. She's something like that, dude. You'll know what I'm talking about once it's played, or you might know now. But yeah, I'll play it definitely this time.
Mr. Super Sidewinder's biggest fans.
Yeah, Vicky says Mr. Super Sidewinder's biggest fans. Absolutely, man. Bless you, bro. Nice one for listening.
Love it.
Vicky says that she loves you.
Oh.
They issued some cover stories, but the truth of the matter is they didn't know what it was, and it wasn't just an incident one night. It went off and on for a better part of a week. Again,
I just picked it at random, dude. I just really picked it at random. There's so many. I just picked random, dude. That's it.
Vicky, read Proverbs 12, 8 and 9. Tell me what you think.
Babe.
What?
Did you hear right?
No.
Proverbs 12, 8 and 9. Proverbs 12, 8 and 9. I just read it. The fan just blew my page to it. So I was like,
we'll let you know.
She will. She'll do it in a bit. She's doing something right now, but she will read it and let you know.
I will do it, and I'll let you know, Ryan.
So, did you hear which one it was?
Proverbs. What?
No, Psalms.
Psalms
what?
Proverbs.
12,
8, 9.
12, 8, and 9. Yeah? You got it? And read it and let him know in a bit. Right. I'll carry on with this, and when she's ready, I'll let her talk.
It created a problem just in blocking all the phone traffic because everybody's calling what's going on and so forth. And so something real was happening because you're talking here multiple radars. This isn't some, impressionable, unprofessional observer. This was the air controllers at Washington National and Andrews Air Force Base. And never explained, at least not to the public. 1993. By the way, there are thousands of these things to select from. I've just picked a few.
They are, and they're never, ever, ever clear at all. Even the ones nowadays with HD cameras, stuff like that, all the how really defined they can make things look, and they still come out blurry. The ones nowadays. I ain't seen many lately, but the ones I have seen, it's definitely something dodgy.
I wonder why.
We know that. It's dodgy in either way. Whatever it is, whether it's faked, whether it's military, whether it's bloody normal.
It's called redacted. It's called What They Do in order to keep you from seeing the actual truth of it. And if there was a truth, they wouldn't necessarily show you what that was. I mean, I wouldn't show that to you if I was in the military. I'd be smart enough to keep that.
2 seconds, Ryan. Proverbs 12,
8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Yeah. Based on what we were just talking about a few minutes ago.
Right, read it.
You hear the message there.
Turn on the big light. Let me just
says, a man shall be commended according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised. He that is despised and hath a servant is better than the honored himself. It's better that he honoreth himself and lacketh rest. In other words, it's better to depend on your own knowledge and believe what you want to believe than it is to believe someone else. Is that what? Am I hearing that right?
Right.
Is that not what that's saying? Right?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong? Yes. What do you think?
No, she said
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
She said
okay. Right. That's what I'm thinking. So I thought it was really relevant. That's why I said it. Yeah, I just thought it was relevant.
Animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
That's the 10th one, though.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, she reckons you're right. Definitely. Can you read that out, babe? So I didn't hear it properly from her.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Will be commended according to his wisdom, but he who is has a perverse heart will be despised.
That's 8 and 9.
No, that's 8. Better is the one who is slighted, but as a servant, than who honors himself but lacks breed.
Better that he honors himself. It's better that he honors himself. Yes.
Right.
Okay. What do you reckon?
Right.
All right. That's a good verse, though.
It is.
Get it? Do you get what it's saying? It's saying, in other words, if you can't figure something out, you're better off believing what your own mind tells you than you are to go and find a man to tell you. You ask God. That's what it's trying to say, I think. I think that's what Proverbs is all about. It's about your relationship with God, right?
I need your highlighter.
Hold on. Where did you go?
Yeah, I know, huh? That's what I was doing. I was like, does this thing still work? I just got it, bro. That wasn't highlighted in my Bible yet.
So, guys, I was just finding highlighter for and turning off the light.
Sorry. Go on. But you can go on with the video, though. I just thought it was relevant. I just thought I'd share.
No,
my Bible just flipped to that by on its own. I was sitting here and the fan blew the page, and I was like, well, let me read it.
Ryan, shut up a second. I want to say hello to Sob. Hey, Sob, how you doing, man? I didn't see you there. Good to see you. Sovereign says, I've been watching while I get stuff done. Good stream. Nice one, dude. Bless you, man. Bless you. Do you know what it was? Michael Kahn just dropped it in my WhatsApp yesterday. He didn't have a message yet. He just dropped it. So I had a quick look and I thought, yeah, let's go for it. Let's have a look at it because I like Chuck Missler anyway. But nice one, dude, for listening. Nice one. Hold on. Tony Whitcomb said, PJ Cruikshank, I got a video for review for you. Google Jeranism and Charlie Robinson, and the time stamp is 39 minutes, and listen closely for a few minutes. Cool. I'll do that afterwards. Can you sort of?
I need to give you Tony's email as well.
Okay, but listen, can you copy that and keep it in your whatever you do in your phone?
I've got it in my thing.
No, I'm talking about that what he's telling me to go and go.
Yes, I've screenshotted it.
Have you got it? Nice one. Yeah, I'll do that. Tony. I'll do that after this because this is quite a lengthy video. I've got to get through it. Anything else? No. Sorry, Ryan. Right, carry on what you were saying.
No, I get off on a rant. I'm sorry. I was just trying to get to because there's some more stuff later. Like she was reading past it to see like what more context was. Yeah, and I was just reading it too, and it does. Whoever's on there that hasn't read it themselves, go back and read it. It's Proverbs 12:8, and then you just keep reading from there. I mean, you can read the whole from the start of the chapter if you'd like. I mean, help yourself, but I just think it was relevant to what we were talking about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a rant.
That's all right. I know how you speak. Tony Whitcomb, he said thank you. No problem, dude. No problem. I'll have a look at that, man, and we can do it. I might do it on a. I don't know if would you prefer me to do it on one of the Tuesdays? Because next Tuesday I'm going to do the second part of this, or would you prefer me to do it in the morning or afternoon? What I usually do, you know, like when I do a morning coffee or an afternoon coffee. Sorry.
Depends when Tony's at work.
Yeah, it depends when you're working that. So let me know when you prefer me to do it on one of the Tuesday nights, because next Tuesday is already booked for the second part of this. So if it's a Tuesday, it'll have to be the week after. But if it's one of the other days, then just let me know.
How long is it? Because if it's short, we could do it first on the next show.
But
if it's a short video.
Well, we could. It depends. Well, hold on. Well, he said the timestamp is 39 minutes. So listen closely for a few minutes. So it's only for a few minutes.
That's what I'm saying. We could do it first and then carry on with the second part.
Yeah. So next. Yeah. But I might be able to do it in the morning or whatever, babe, because it's
Yeah, it's a few minutes.
Yeah, it's a few minutes. Hey, F-Top, how you doing, Joe? Good to see you. I can't believe I just called you F-Top. I meant Joe. F-Top Joe.
Well,
I said F-Top Joe, though. That doesn't sound right. Sorry, I said that wrongly, dude. How you doing, Joe? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks. Right, let's get on with this, dude. Let's get on with it.
To seem representative. Yeah, over in Mexico City.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see Jim Bob. Go. If you're still listening, see you later, Jim Bob.
In 1993, the population by the thousands were upset and disturbed by what went on. Seoul, South Korea, November 23rd of 1996, CNN and Reuters reported a huge cigar-shaped UFO that was televised for 10 minutes on national television.
I like that, Joe. Everything is effed up. Dude, never a true word said. Never a true word said, dude.
You know, when we talk about witnesses, there's all kinds of people, many very reliable professionals that have contributed to this background, but the ones that you and I would tend to presume.
Oh, it's a 5-hour stream, Tony. Wow. We'll definitely just be looking at a few minutes of it. Therefore.
Would be the most reputable, most trained, and most competent in this area would be our astronauts. You think they know something about it? Do you realize that 13 of them have gone on record of seeing UFOs while they were doing their missions? Ed Mitchell, Apollo 14, April 1996.
Right.
This was on.
See, that's a bit weird to me because he's saying about the astronauts doing the Apollo missions and that. It's a bit weird because I know him as a flat earther. So this is either before he was a flat earther or I don't know. Or I might be completely wrong somehow, but I don't think I am. I'm sure he was a flat earther. I don't know if it can be Googled, if that would come up. I might try that while this is playing. I might try that.
Dateline NBC. He said NASA is covering up what really happened in Roswell, New Mexico. See, this isn't just the presumption of some journalists or the tabloids at the checkout stands in the market. These are serious people saying that something is being covered up. Astronaut Gordon Cooper has made many talks. In May 15th of 1963, he did the 22-orbit Mercury capsule. He saw a green UFO, which was also at the same time he saw it tracked by the radar in Australia. It corroborated this. And he's testified before the United Nations that UFOs are visiting this planet. And in May 1996, he said, we are being visited.
See, I just Googled, was Chuck Missler a flat earther? And the things I get like is Chuck Missler holographic universe. So I might do something on that at some point. Hold on. Chuck Missler Facebook thing. Attention all Flat Earth Society members. Oh, he's talking to Flat Earth Society there. Let me just quickly go in there. See if I can get any info. Sorry, I'm doing it on my phone, guys. You can't see it, so just want to see what it says. Attention all Chuck Missler. Oh, that's not even this Chuck Missler. This guy's younger. Wrong one. Chuck Missler YouTube Flat Earth. Let's have a look at that. Right, hold on. How long is that? Sorry, guys, I'm just messing up. I'm just.
4 minutes late.
Oh, wow. 11 hours? No. Surely there's got to be a shorter one. Age of the Earth, Chuck Missler. So he did. There is something on Flat Earth there with them, but I can't. Here's Chuck Missler and Kent Hovind. What's that? Oh, that's the 11-hour one. No, I don't want that. I want something else. Give me something else. Well, nah. I'll look later. And if I find anything, we'll have a look at it. Oh, right, he's driving. I didn't realise.
Who's driving?
Oh, Tony Whitcomb put on a link. What is that for, Tony?
Who's driving?
Ryan.
It was earlier.
Yeah, but he stopped for a bit though. He stopped for a bit. Yeah, what is that link? Let's have a look at that. What is that? Don't know what it is. Hurry up. Oh, Flat Earth. What is it? Charlie Robinson questions Flat Earth for the first time with Jaren. Oh, is that the link for the thing he wants me to do? Charlie Robinson.
I'm still here. It's just that I might cut out because I'm going to pick up my daughter from school. So
I get you, bro. I get you. Don't worry. Question Flat Earth for the first time, right? Okay, that's not what we was talking. That's not the one I was thinking it was. But yeah, I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at that. That's not the one that you were on about though, because that's not Jan, is it? Did you get all the information? Oh, I thought. Oh wow! I kicked over my bottle of juice. I thought it was. I was thinking for a second it was in a cup. I scared myself. I was like, no way. Did you get the information from? Was it Tony?
Yes,
yeah.
Screenshot.
Oh yeah, you did. Sorry, I forgot.
I've got his email as well for you.
That's cool. Nice one. Oh, I've just realised. Hold on, let me refresh this page because just realised I've got one extra subscriber. I was on 193 earlier, now on 194. Nice one, whoever that was. Let me refresh and see if I've got more or whatever. Sometimes it doesn't let me know. Oh wow, nice.
What?
I've got 196, guys.
You need 4 more for 200.
Yeah, 4 more for 200. Nice. Thank you, guys. Bless you, man. Bless you. Because, like, it means a lot to me. Because I a few months ago, I was on, like, I only had a couple of silly videos, me dancing about and stuff. And I've been on YouTube since, 2014, I think it says on my thing. But never really used it. Then in 2020, I put on them stupid little videos. And then started doing start looking into the flat. Well, I was already Flat Earther. Started looking into it because it was all gone, And then I found people, obviously Brandon and all that, brilliant, and started doing live streams. You know the story. I don't even know if I had a point, but yeah, nice one, guys. 196, bless you, nearly 200. Go on, then, louder.
Without the regulars, they all know who they are.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a show because it's everybody together that makes it.
Yeah, did you hear that, Ryan? Yeah, so everybody in YouTube would have had it. Yeah, I agree totally with what Vicky said, 100%.
Because like these lot in chat, they show up all the time.
Yeah, they do, absolutely. Dylan's always Tony comes up. Everybody in chat here always turns up. And I was looking for Gematria, and Gematria definitely always turns up.
Gematria trolls you sometimes.
Yeah, Gematria trolls me all the time.
Favourite troll, though.
Favourite troll. Aye, brilliant troll.
But, like, everybody, we're a little family. A dysfunctional one.
Dysfunctional family. Tony said yes, me.
We are, though.
That's true. Absolutely. I agree with that. 100%. 100%. Right, let's carry on. We're nearly hitting 2 hours. And I'm not even halfway through.
By aliens. So he's spoken a lot about this, so much so that some people tend to write him off. James Lovell, Frank Borman, Gemini 7, December 1965. On the second orbit of their 2-week flight, they saw a UFO. Gemini Control presumed it.
That was my point. If I see him, if I find something on Chuck Missler about Flat Earth, I'll do a stream on it. What's Sandra saying?
Sandra's going away.
Okay, you're away for a week tomorrow, bro. All right, you're relieved.
Have a nice holiday.
I'm joking, bro, man. Yeah, have a nice time, man. Is it a holiday?
I think so.
Holiday. If it's a holiday, nice. Have a nice holiday, dude. You're blessed.
No, like.
Do you mind saying where you're going?
Dylan said our community rocks, and it really does.
It does rock. It does rock. It's a bit it's a bit overused, the rock, but it's true.
That's Roger's fault.
That's Roger's fault for blooming super chatting all the time.
But,
you know?
No.
Blame Roger.
Blame Roger. He's not here. He's not here.
He's
We'll
in
blame
the
him.
chat.
Oh, Roger. No, we didn't. No, we weren't talking about you. Don't be silly.
We were, Roger.
We're not talking about you, dude. Don't be silly.
We're rock band. But
yeah, man. Roger's
no,
cool.
like everyone makes it, and it does.
Absolutely true. I agree. Right, let's. Apart from the trolls, but there's no trolls really.
Well,
you get rid of them quite quickly. You'll give them a few chances as well, you know. So let's go.
It was the stage of their own Titan booster, but they indicated that they had both the booster and the UFO in sight. So that doesn't quite jive. Walter Schirra. These are all familiar names to most of us. Mercury 8, 1968. He was the first guy to use the term Santa Claus to indicate UFOs are near the space capsule. And so this was about December, so everybody thought that this was just a cute quip, but it was a code word. And it was later, in 1979, Maurice Chatelain, the chief of NASA Communications, confirmed that the Santa Claus phrase was a prearranged code word to deal with the UFOs without alarming the public. And Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, these familiar names to you? Are these guys competent?
Yeah,
on Apollo 11, July 21st, 1969, both apparently saw lights in and on a crater, and there are unconfirmed reports that there were others.
I don't know how credible that is because they're liars. We know that. They lie. Absolutely, 100%. So, if they saw lights, can you trust the story? I don't think so.
Spacecraft there. Some of this is classified, gets classified watching them. And Armstrong is quoted in some reports of a CIA cover-up. Now, those reports get squelched, of course, so it's hard to separate what was just urban legend and what really happened. But if you go to Ed White, James McDivitt, James Lovell, Borman, Schirra, Gordon Cooper, these guys have all reported UFOs. Neil Armstrong, Apollo 11, Buzz Aldrin, Apollo 11, Ed Mitchell, Apollo 14, and on it goes. And one of the most interesting ones is John Blaha. He was a veteran of 5 space shuttle missions. He also was a relatively recent resident of the Russian Mir space station. That's a few years ago. March 24th of 1989, an amateur radio operator picked up an intercept. Said, Houston, this is Discovery. We still have the alien spacecraft under observation. And very impressive to listen to that soundtrack and hear the familiar voice say these rather strange things. So UFOs, we could go on and on. The main point I'm trying to do at this point, just indicate there are some people that you would consider competent and reliable in multiple names that are reporting these things are real. And I would not attribute all of these to hallucinations or being impressionable or what have you. In fact, if you start looking into this area as an area of research, you'll find it extremely difficult because there are 6,000 professional publications in English alone that deal with this. There are 2,200 foreign publications, 1,350 UFO-related periodicals. And some of these, if you look at the books in the library, there are over 700 books that deal with UFOs just in the period from the 17th century to the First World War. Excuse me, the Second World War, from 1650 to about 1945. There are over 300 books prior to the 17th century that deal with UFOs in the ancient times. So what on earth is this all about? You know, they've done polls. Do you realize that 57% of Americans, according to the polls, believe in UFOs? That doesn't make them real, but it says there's some phenomenology that must be real, even if just perceptions. 15% of Americans believe they have seen a UFO. How many of you in the audience have seen a UFO at one time? Okay, we're not going to take names. I just care. Oh, good, okay.
Just for the record, I haven't ever seen a UFO, never. Ryan?
Whoa, I'm an alien.
Yeah.
Here's the shocking one.
Ian Medellin sent me a friend request.
The
on Facebook.
Somewhere between 1 and 3%. Various polls.
I don't know. It'll be one of them things.
Of Americans claim that they have had an abduction experience. That's over 5 million people, or in that neighborhood.
They will do
not
it.
A few thousand deranged people, not a few, disaffected. This is. We'll talk a little more about this. This is a very, very disturbing phenomenon in the counseling profession. Now, part of the problem of the UFOs is they have some paradoxical behavior. On the one hand, they're seen by multiple competent witnesses. They are plotted on radar, sometimes multiple radars simultaneously. They leave tangible traces on the ground, sometimes radiation, evidence of burning, and other things. So they are apparently real in the sense of being physical, on the one hand. There are photographs. Sometimes they show up on photographs, sometimes they don't.
Hold on, show that. Sandra says, I have, but looked like a low star, unbelievable speed to horizon. Okay. That's interesting. I'd like to see something like that. But yeah, you've got it right. You know yourself. You know what I mean? You know the truth, man. But you've seen it. So it's definitely something. It was definitely something. Without a doubt. Dead cows, Dylan says. Well, yeah, it's true. That's true. There has been dead cows and stuff. But I wonder what they're doing. What are they doing, man? Crazy shit. Sorry, I don't like swearing. Forgive me, lad.
But here's the problem. While they seem to be tangible on the one hand, they exhibit behavior that can't possibly be physical. They can go in excess of 6,000 miles per hour without sonic boom. So what on earth does that mean? I'd like to know how they do that trick. They've been plotted making right-angle turns at over 16,000 miles an hour. That defies the laws of physics.
Certainly does.
Now, and perhaps the most disturbing thing of all, they appear to have the ability to materialize and dematerialize without a trace.
See, I'm not sure if he's on the side of, like, he believes this or not. I really don't know what he's saying at the minute. I know what he's saying, but I don't know if he's saying that he believes what he's actually got on the presentation there. I'm not sure.
One of the great mysteries of the UFOs isn't seeing them, is trying to figure out where are they when you don't see them. Some people say, well, they're from another galaxy. Most physicists will debunk that for lots of reasons. They seem to pose that way, but for lots of, if they came, if there are that many coming from another galaxy, you'd think you'd sense the traffic.
And Sandra said there was no planes on flight radar at the time. So I'm saying, so he's seen something, dude. That without a doubt, man.
We'll come to some more reasonable explanations, and you're going to discover the two top researchers in the last century, really, is Jacques Vallée, France, and J. Allen Hynek, the American. Now, J. Allen Hynek was head of astronomy at Cornell, and he set out to debunk this nonsense about UFOs, and he became one of the most ardent, competent.
Sometimes you got to put that up.
Say hello to
Iron. NFE. Can't see it. Hold on. My live chat's not on, it's on top chat. Can't. Hold on. Where? I really can't see him.
He's in there. I can see him.
I'll say hello to him anyway. Hey, Effie, how you doing, man? Oh, yeah, there you are. There you are. Just more space nonsense. A great pile of it. Yes, dude. But I'm not sure if he's on the side of it. I'm not sure. And I remember Chuck Missler being a flat earther. So I don't know if this is before he was a flat earther or not. Or maybe what I remember is not true. But I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? Yes. So in general, I liked Chuck Missler. I know he's passed now, but I liked what he did. I ain't watched a lot of Chuck Missler for a while, but I used to. Oh yeah, I want to read this out. Lorentz transform equation prevents inferior interferometry, from detecting the Earth is stationary, as a massive passing sun causes time to dilate around the experiment. Dude, Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
Mark's back.
Mark, who's Mark?
Digital.
Oh, hey, Digital. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I don't know your name. I didn't know your name.
Mark.
Vicky does. Obviously, she knows you more personally than I do. Yeah. Hi, Mark. How you doing, man?
That sounds like a big bunch of hogwash. Yeah.
Well, yeah, aye. I just don't know if he's on the side of it or if he's just presenting it.
I don't know yet, but yeah, it's like if you remember something, then I mean, maybe you're wrong, but I mean, I don't care if he's telling the truth. There's nothing wrong with watching what this guy says.
That's it. That's it. Absolutely.
I have not seen much yet. But all right, let's go on. Let's see how it goes.
Absolutely, man. I get you. Let's do it.
Balanced researchers in the trade. J. Allen Hynek.
We're nearly halfway through.
He died a few years ago. Those of you that saw the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, whether you realize or not.
Love that film. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Jeff Bridges, Bo Bridges, wasn't it? Yeah, Bo Bridges, I think, did it. Yes. Well, it had the dead cows. That had dead cows in it and all that. The old do.
I didn't feed the birds.
You didn't what?
Feed the birds.
Oh, Vicky's coming out and she's forgot to feed her birds. No, she hasn't got birds indoor. She hasn't got an aviary. It's just the pigeons and squirrels and all that that come to the garden. She's got loads of food out for them, man. She gives them a party. I'm telling you, they all come. It's brilliant. Get good footage from it. Actually, that's what you need to do, babe.
No,
listen to me. Get footage of them scrambling out the gardens and that. No, because when you do a video, you don't want to show yourself. You just have your voice, right? So get a video of them scrambling out and eating stuff. That'll be fun. No, just take a 5-minute video of them. Watch them. That's good. That's good. Even that seeing.
No, because it's not nice.
It's fine. It's nature.
But she should not be chasing the squirrel.
Yes, she should. She's having fun. She wouldn't kill it.
She would.
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. Nah, she wouldn't. Sorry, guys. Funny.
Saw J. Allen Hynek because he was in the crowd.
That is. Richard Dreyfuss. Sorry, I thought it was one of the bridges, man. I thought it was one of the bridges. That's the one when he seen the light, his face got reddened, wasn't it? That's the one. John Cavendish weighed the Earth while it was orbiting the sun. How? Displacement. Displacement of the medium. He was on another planet. No, well, no. I think I'm gonna have to do a second part of the first part. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go halfway, which is another few minutes, and then do the second part of it because it's over 2 hours now.
And then I'll go to sleep.
And Vicky's got to go to sleep. So, yeah, we'll go another, let's say, she'll go another half an hour and see how far it gets. Yeah?
Aye.
Right, we'll go another half an hour, see how far we can get through the video. Because at the minute, we're 22 minutes in. Sorry, just say 23 because it's on 22:59. And then, so I think it's about 56 minutes. So we're near enough halfway through, but definitely going to have to do a second part of the first part. And the second part's an hour 10 or something.
You're buying dinner.
Oh, yeah. Vicky says I'm buying dinner. I think I'm buying dinner. We are hungry, aren't we? Starving now. Yes, starving. No, sorry, I'm hungry.
What about me? Where's my dinner?
Yeah, you have some, dude. Listen, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I know. I just gotta fly out, right? Just gotta fly right out, don't I?
You have to get a plane, yeah. Just go for the cheapest plane.
Yeah, Ryan, I'll just jump on a plane. I'll be there in what, 16 hours, 18 hours.
Or you drop out with a parachute. Just drop straight in. You know what I mean? What?
Right. Parachute in. Right. Yeah.
We just sound Vicky. It's at PJ's. PJ getting something. Dude. Yeah, you're not backwards and coming forward, are you, dude? Nice one. He's funny.
No such thing.
No, she doesn't do things like that.
Good girl.
She's a good girl, she says. Right, sorry, let's carry on. Butter beans.
And they had him as just a gesture appear in some of the scenes,
Yeah,
just as an extra. And the lacum of that piece of fiction, of course, was patterned after Jacques Vallée, the Frenchman. Both of these respected researchers came to the conclusion that they're not intergalactic. Lots of physics, there are a lot of physics rebuttals to that conjecture. They both argued that these things are demonic. Their term.
Yeah.
They've written many books. You can check them out. These are not religious people. They're not people with any kind of personal agenda. But they came to the conclusion that these things, on the one hand, and by the way, we take for granted that we strip away the nonsense and the hoaxes, set that aside. There's tens of thousands of files you have to wallow through. When you cut through all that, there's still a core group, a substantial core group of real events that need explanation. And so on the one hand, they exhibit physical properties on the one hand. On the other hand, they also violate all physical laws. And so the conclusion from that both J. Allen Hynek and Jacques Vallée and others have come to is that they're hyperdimensional, that somehow they come.
You live in the gutter, dude. Nice. No, mine lives in the gutter. Oh, yeah, I know what he said. Your mind lives in the gutter.
I knew he was going to get to it. I knew it. It's going to talk about portals, I bet you. He's going to start talking about portals. But here it comes. Get ready. They open a dimensional portal, and
Let's do it.
Let them in.
From another dimension, periodically. That causes us now to stand back a little bit and do a little tutorial on hyperspaces. And and we're going to get into why we feel that the Bible is an authenticated message of extraterrestrial origin in the first place. So let's talk a little about hyperspaces. There are only
it's possible, but
go for it.
The debate's not happening, man.
Sorry?
Are you surprised?
The debate's not happening.
Okay.
Sean was in the chat. I was checking to see what, because he likes to snipe in there.
All right.
And he's in there, and Sean's in there. He's changed his channel name.
Right.
And he says, I told Jaron the debate's canceled. I emailed him. Well, he knows Jaron doesn't do email, so they were already communicating on Telegram. So anyway, he showed up there in the chat saying that. And I said, so you pussed out? And he's like, no, I just decided debating racist old redneck uneducated people's not worth my time. And I was like, yeah, because you don't have anything, right?
You forgot pothead and uneducated and all that stuff.
Yeah. So did you see he put out a community post today?
I didn't have to see it. I know exactly how he works, bro.
Oh my God, you got to see this community post he put out today. This is fucking insane.
Are you gonna share it?
Yeah, let me grab it up real quick. I got it. I screen grabbed it. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Yeah, go on and continue. I'll find it for you here in just a second.
Okay, cool. I'll just carry on playing then.
Two kinds of a hyperspace, by the way, just a term for a space of more than 3 dimensions. You and I are familiar with 2-dimensional space. It's called a scratch pad, or a photograph, or a piece of paper is a 2-dimensional representation of something, typically. 3-dimensional space we're familiar with because we live in it, and we also build models in 3 dimensions. We probably have a vague feeling of a 4th dimension called time. We don't get too comfortable with that unless you've done some special study, but we sort of acknowledge that reluctantly. Hyperspaces, frankly, is just the term used to study spaces of more than 3 dimensions. And we discover there's only 2 kinds of people that can really relate to hyperspaces. And that's mathematicians with special training and small children.
2 seconds up. Pause that at stage.
Here we go.
So if you can see that, it says he's gone. His thing is now. It was KDOAFK or something when he first put this out. If you try to go to his channel, that's where it reroutes you. Now he's something geezer, some kind of shit geezer, right? So he says, sorry, I haven't gone live, but again, I find myself depressed and without hope. I can't get the help I need from the people in charge of giving it. So in other words, the welfare, the state is crumbling and can't give you the bullshit lefty crap. Okay, gotcha. I've tried to contact Meals on Wheels 4 times and nobody has returned my calls. And I'm probably because you're an asshole. Nobody wants to come to your house.
That's true.
And I'm more than likely going to starve for the last 2 weeks of the month. Also, I'm completely out of weed, so I'm setting in for a long, hard depression. I hate how my life has turned out. Sorry. And I've tried streaming Gray Zone Warfare, but the game lags so badly. The game is unplayable. So doing something besides flat earth bullshit is out of the question. I fucking hate my life, he says, right?
What?
So I went ahead and I responded, and I said, it could very well be karma setting you straight. You always get back from the universe that which you put into it. You seem to put a lot of negativity into the universe, and therefore negativity finds you. Maybe you should concentrate on being a more amicable person.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I've seen what he called me on his
That's
post.
great advice.
Hold on a minute, Ryan. Hold on. Vicky's saying something.
Like, I have nothing to do with the bloke. I don't go on his channel, don't do nothing. And he put like them videos we did in response to that blackmail. And he's called me evil, vile, a bitch. And he's moaning that I insulted someone's wife and mother. And you're doing it to somebody's missus and mother, you fucking retard.
Bitch, swearing.
Sorry. But do you know what, Sean? Do you know what, Sean? You will get everything you put out. Do you know why? Because you're a sad, nasty little man.
Yeah.
You make vile comments about me. I've told her you're irrelevant because even the Globers don't want you. Like, go and actually deal with your own crap instead of sticking your nose in other people's. You white knighted a bloke that literally called you a wanker. So do you know what, Sean? I have absolutely no effing sympathy for you. You are one vile little rat. Go and rot where you belong in the cupboard, mate.
In the cupboard.
Because he looks like he lives in a cupboard and never had a wash.
Well, that's true. He does look like a bit.
Well, I think there's an important thing to look at here too. This is someone who has openly mocked and rejected and ridiculed God.
Yep.
That's right.
So it's basically, I don't need you. I'm on my own. I can handle it. Right? And God said, oh, okay, go ahead. Like tell a little kid says, I'm going to run away from home and go live in the park. Well, go ahead. See ya.
Self-pity, bro.
How long are you going to last down there, right? How long are you going to last down there? Why are you looking? If you know what, all you have to do, if you realize that all of the blessings you receive every day is from God, not despite God.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. And if you can't show any appreciation, you think that you're the captain of your fate, the master of your ship and everything. You think that you just got this whole thing. I got it. I don't need no God. I don't need you anymore at all.
You know
what happens? What happens? You find yourself in dire straits like this man does, unable to feed himself.
Do you know what?
Relied on other men and not God. Relied on other men.
Absolutely.
Satan came along and said, I'll give you a basket of food every week. And then he reneged on the freaking deal. See what happened?
No.
For a man who does nothing but talk shite about other people, do you know what, Sean? You ain't got family, you ain't got love, and you haven't got community. We have.
Yeah, well, just chill. But he knows that. Right?
Don't say that. Don't say that. I mean, come on. He obviously is an ass, and he's made a show of himself. But how do you expect anybody to ever ask for forgiveness if we're not open to it?
Of course, you can be forgiven.
No, but then he's got to ask for forgiveness. He's got to want forgiveness.
Well, of course. But I mean, if he's really that in need, then he should be apologizing. He should be admitting his fault, right? That's what God wants to do. He wants to humble us.
His own ego is his own worst enemy.
Well, I have an ego. I know all about it. Trust me. I mean,
of course, everybody's got an ego to a certain extent. Absolutely.
Do you know what? When a dirty old man in a cupboard is talking smack about me,
I know, but not so harsh. Be better than him. Not so harsh.
I am better than him.
I know, but chill. But chill with the name call.
Yeah, there's no reason to say that. We know it. We know it. We know it's true. There's no reason to keep saying it.
I know.
Insulting. I didn't even insult him. I said I felt sorry.
I know.
Because one gave birth to him and one was married to him.
I know.
How the F is that a personal attack on his wife and mum? Then it's an attack on him.
I know.
Right?
I'm just saying.
But then that rat has called me vile stuff, evil,
Chill.
demonic.
I know what he said. Be like on him. You're not any of them things. You know that. God knows that. He's just a little shit. That's it. He's a crap face.
No, but what I'm saying is, if he didn't treat people the way he did, he'd have people that would support him and love him.
There you go. There you go. Well
said. I mean, I've never really heard testimony. Oh, Sean Hawkins, let me check him out, right? And they go over to his channel and subscribe, and then after like 5 minutes, they unsubscribe.
All right, that's it. Absolutely.
I'll send him a penny.
You'll see this little hummingbird coming over here.
Right,
all of us are just like that little hummingbird. Okay, we learn to depend on other people, right? We learn to depend on them for all different kinds of things, for support morally, for support mentally, for support financially, for all kinds of reasons, right? We have people that we depend on. When those people don't come through, right, then it has a big effect on us, because then it makes us realize, it humbles us. It makes us realize that we've been screwing up. We've been pointing the finger and being bossy and judging other people. And it's not until we get humbled and we're down and out that we realize that God is more powerful than us, and He's going to humble us every time. You know, you got to realize that you need to be humbled. And humble yourself. Say you're sorry and get back to normal. And it's not about giving up. It's not about saying screw life. It's about find out what you did wrong, what you said, and then to correct it a little bit, or at least apologize and then wait and give people time to heal. You know, you upset people. Then
that is just pride. You do need to.
Don't say that. Don't say it's over and you hate your life, man. Don't do that. Just change your ways, man. Get better. Like, you don't think I've made mistakes, and you don't think everybody here has made mistakes that could probably get them in trouble and whatever. Yeah, of course.
Ryan, we try and be better.
Good.
These people don't, is what I'm saying.
But we're not better if all we do is complain. I mean, I get it. You know, when you're angry, you want to get it off your chest, but. You know, like what PJ was saying is you got to be able to let it go too. You know, you got to be able to realize that no matter how much that hurts you, if you not letting it go makes you seem weaker than them. You know what I'm saying? And then that makes your genuine. Sorry, that makes you not look genuine. You know what
I'm saying is like
good things out. You're not getting good things.
I know. I'm just saying. I get
where he's coming from. You're both right. I mean, she has a right to feel how she does, but she also has. You know, we all have to realize that we can only go so far.
Yeah,
like if we start saying, "Well, screw this guy, don't support him," and screw him. You know, you could actually cause bad things to happen to him, and that's even worse than what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just don't want. What I'm coming from is, I just don't want her to get bitter about it, because bitter's not good. Bitter. I know, but
yeah, I hear you. Well, then she needs to get it off her chest. Then, yeah, I hear you.
All this forgiveness and that is new to me.
Of course.
And I struggle with it. And when a man I don't know does stuff like that, I'm gonna have an opinion on it. Do I want bad things to happen to him? Of course not. But I do think he needs to try and be a better person.
Of course. Everybody does.
Even if he doesn't, you have to be able to move on, though.
Well,
you know,
you can't. He needs to want people to forgive him.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't
I
give
can
a shit.
forgive him, but is he actually going to speak to God and ask for forgiveness? No.
Well, that's between him and God, though. You know?
Well, that's right. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Barbara said, hold on, let me put it up. What does it say? Whole lot of people have a huge humbling coming, which most aren't expecting from what I'm being told. But absolutely, possibly, definitely, possibly, maybe. Is that fickle or what? Me, I mean, not you. Who else? What else said? Don't let them rent space. Yes, Dylan. Don't. And let me put that up as well. That's good. That's a good one. Don't let them rent space in your mind for free.
Oh, no, they don't.
That's it. Definitely.
I don't. To be fair, unless they're mentioned, I don't think about them.
Well, that's good.
Because they're irrelevant. Do you know what I mean?
But obviously, the things that they say do matter to you, because, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, if somebody just randomly dislikes me, I want to know why. I'm like, well, what did I say and what did I do to make you dislike me? Like, am I really that unlikable? Come on, I want to know the answer to that.
Of course. Hey, Roger, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I just got one thing to say. These people aren't interested in science or knowledge. they're just interested in trying to prove everybody else wrong. If
That's right.
they would humble themselves and get together with people that are researching this stuff too, and actually take your data instead of trying to rip it to shreds and actually just review it for what it is and actually learn from it, they wouldn't be so bitter and mean. And
yeah, that's all I'm asking is for them to give me the chance that I gave them. And I do give them a chance all the time. I've talked to many of these people that have been on the show off and on for the last, since I've been here, right? Or since I've been on Flaccid Show. And I've dealt with most of these people. I've had conversations with them for hours and tried to convince them the same stuff that you guys are doing the same. We're doing it over and over and over. And it's like, it's frustrating because it's like, I already know this person's not going to change, but I try to tell them, you know, like, you aren't going to believe me until you see it for yourself. So I just let it go, you know, like, but now you guys are starting to see like where I was coming from, you know, like I know a lot of these guys from Discord and they haven't changed in 4 or 5 years. I don't think they're going to change now, but you know, who knows?
They just want to sow poison, dude. That's really what I get out of it. And he's choking on his own poison now. Yeah. So. Right.
Let's get a couple more minutes of this. I'm going.
Yeah, you do run the risk that, you know, you'll become unpopular for being an asshole instead of just being that liked asshole. And that's where the line is very, very, you know, it's a thin red line. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful because if you're too rough, then you make people not like you at all. And if you're not rough enough, then you don't get hit. So I guess if that's what you're after, then that's what you're going to work for.
No, of course not. Of course not. Right, I've got to play a few minutes of this before I finish. I'm going to finish in 10 minutes.
Do it, please.
Their prejudice has been blindfolded, so to speak. Now, the one book that is second to the Bible in its publication, all of us know the Bible is the most popular book in the history of man, but the second to that would be Euclid. And that's where most of us have been taught in school. And most of us, when we went to school, had trigonometry or plane geometry, same subject in a sense. We all know that a triangle, if you add up the angles of a triangle, adds up to how much? Anyone? 180 degrees, you betcha. So if I have a 30, 60, 90, it adds up 180. If I have a 45, 90, in fact, any triangle, if I add up the angles, it would add up to 180. Suppose, though, that my partner and I went out to a large field here. And we very carefully laid out with the transit a very large triangle. And when we got back with our figures, we added up the 3 angles, and it added up to more than 180 degrees.
Well,
what would you?
Well. That's not a triangle, is it? It's not a bloody triangle. We don't do spherical triangles. They don't exist. They exist in the bloody mind of anti-flat earthers. Friggin' ridiculous.
Conclude that we've messed up, huh? No, what have we encountered? Anyone? The curvature of the earth, exactly. So if you take a course in navigation, one of the things that you'll have to get some background.
Here we go.
Honestly, guys, a thing I seen with Chuck Missler, I like Chuck Missler. He was a flat earther at one point. I don't know what he's saying here. I don't know if he's just presenting this and then coming from the other side, or if this is before he was a flat earther, or if I remember, I don't know. I'll carry on playing for a bit.
The spherical trigonometry, where you can have a triangle with 90 degrees in each corner. And so, see, when we, this little rule that we all learned. That
I thought, no, he wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare. Did you see that? Look at the chat thing. So I popped in there. He's Geezer One Ready. That's his new name.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
I got one thing to say. In celestial navigation, they don't use spherical triangles. They use a whole set of 3 to 5 right angle triangles to find their location. And they call it a calculus or whatever, and they say it's spherical geometry, but it's just a whole bunch of right angle triangles just to get your azimuth. That's all they do. That's it.
That's right. That's it, dude. Right.
In a flat plane. Adds up to 180 degrees. That's only true for a universe of 2 dimensions. So when you find that rule violated, it's a hint that you've encountered an additional dimension. And Dr. Einstein made history with that insight, because he was grappling, of course, with the nature of space, and he realized that length, mass, velocity, and time are relative to the velocity of an observer. In 1915, he generalized that, basically discovered that there's no distinction between time and space. And perhaps the most important thing from the general theory of relativity, we won't get in the math, of course, but is to realize that time itself is a physical property. You and I do not live in 3 dimensions. We live in at least 4. In fact, we now discover much more than that. But this idea that Einstein recognized as he grappled with the properties of space, that there's an additional dimension required, and he went to 4.
Let me just put that up what Jolly Man said. Read it out. Many chief pseudoscientists, theoretical mathematicians shall transgress the order prescribed and shall alter the tasks and frequencies orbit so as long as they longer reveal themselves at the seasons. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I'd saying though, dude. Do you know what I'd saying, Sovereign? I'm a bit mixed up with how it's worded. Oh, it's not that. It's not that. Hold on, let me read it again. Many chief pseudoscientists, theory mathematicians shall transgress order prescribed and shall alter the season and task frequency orbit so they longer reveal themselves at the seasons. Okay. I think I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You've got away with words, that's for sure. I like words, but I think how you put that together, but I had to read it twice. Bless, man. Could go into it more, but I need to get this a few more minutes in this and get this finished.
4 dimensions to resolve the time issue. And his theory of
it's actually just looking like it's halfway through.
Relativity has been confirmed over 12 different methods to over 14 decimals, so it's no longer really a theory.
Spud, hey bro, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, one solid low. Sandra's trolling the Jolly Man. I like it. Oh, funny.
It's.
Sorry, good to see you, Spud, man. Good to see you. Enjoy your cup of tea or coffee.
Well accepted basis in certain fields.
We'll have about 10 apparently.
So when we need to go beyond Euclid, which of course deals just with 3 dimensions. And in June 10th of 1854, the most important lecture in mathematics was given by George.
Before he goes into that, I'm going to stop it there because I've still got Mr. Super
I have a bird in my damn garage.
And Lucky Haskins to play. And Vicky wants dinner. We're both hungry. We haven't eaten, so I'm just got trolling Jolin. Like it, bro. But yeah, I'm going to finish it there, guys. I'm going to get up to how far in was I? Remember this bit? 28, 22. Do you remember that? 28 will do. 28 will do. Just remember 28. Yeah, that's how far in I am. So I'm going to get rid of this. Get it away from the stage, removed from the studio. And I will get Lucky Haskins and Mr. Super Sidewinder with the song She's on My Mind. Not a song, sorry. Tune. Oh, no, it's a song. Of course, singing. Lucky Haskins was singing. Yeah, man, it's a song. Let's go and get it, man. Let's go get it. Let's go get it, man. Yeah, video file. And where are you? The Wild West destroyed. Where is it? Please. Ah, there we go. Oh, I thought I lost it. There we go. Open it. Lost the plot, yeah. That's true. I need food. I'm hungry. Right. She's on My Mind by Lucky Haskins and Mr. Super Sidewinder. Let's take it away. They really like my American accent. It's cocky poo poo. Here we go, guys. Bless.
It was a warm winter's day out in Somerville. And the fire was high. My heart stood still. There's one thing prettier than a Georgia pine, and she's on my mind. Well, I never meant to leave that woman alone. and I never meant to let wait by the phone. There's one thing prettier than a Georgia pine, and she's on my mind. Hey, she's on my mind almost all the time, and I don't think I can spend another day alone. Hey, she's on my mind, and I miss her all the time. And I know wherever she is, there's my home, 'cause she's on my mind. Now it's my own fault, this crazy life I live, 'cause you can't take from a woman more than you got to give. And there's one thing prettier than a Georgia pine, and she's on my mind. Hey, she's on my mind almost all the time, and I don't think I can spend another night alone. Hey, she's on my mind, and I miss her all the time, and I know wherever she is, there's my home, 'cause she's on my mind.
Woo, love it, love it. I love Haskins, man. He's brilliant, and I love Mr. Super Sidewinder. I love the fact that I said it before that I've got access to his music for the end of my shows. My shows, I shouldn't call it a show really. It's a stream, isn't it? Like, it's not like I'm trying to entertain. You know, I'm just trying to tell the truth. You know, but bless guys, I love it when you turn up and that. And I got up to like. I've never had 26. I think it was 26, was it? 22?
I will check now.
How will you know?
Your channel.
Yeah, how will you know where it went on to? If it's not there now.
Oh, I thought you meant like subscribe.
No, I know my subs. We've got 196. Now I'm talking about how many viewers we had live.
There was like 25, 26.
Yeah, I thought there was 26. I think that's the most I've ever had, to be honest. It's the most I've ever had. But yeah, Lucky Haskins, excellent music, guys. Love it. Yeah, and Mr. Super Sidewinder. Sorry, I'm sorry. I forget.
I heard somebody talking about my brother from another mother. Lucky
man. Did you not hear the song? I put on.
Yeah, I was listening to it. I was carrying in a curio cabinet. My wife picked up this nice curio cabinet with a light in it, and we got it out of her car and put it into my bedroom.
Got you.
I've run out of space for all my little bullshit. You know?
Me too. I brought mine.
Yeah, man. Excellent.
You can see it's piled up around me.
I got one huge. I got this huge curio cabinet in the front room. There's not an inch of space on any shelf. I've got all kinds of shit in there. Little miniature army tanks, all kinds of crazy shit, man.
That's cool. No, I like things like that. It's really cool, man. Yeah, no, boys, exactly. Boys never grow up. We get wiser, but we still like to play.
All my things are like fascinating things. You know, I've always been drawn to things that are unusual, things that are like, wow, that's really crazy. I never thought about how's that working, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, something that's profound, you know, like, yeah, absolutely. I get you, man. I get you. It's like you said, boys and their toys. We get wiser, but we still like to play. Things interest us. We're curious, you know. We like to investigate stuff, especially
try getting the model railroad to go over a curve.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. Well, the track is flat on purpose. I don't think you can bend them, can you? Well, I guess you can make the track curve, but yeah, you have to build up speed and whatever. Yeah, you learn very quickly that it's not as easy as you think it is.
I think they can only have a 2-degree incline. They don't go any higher on that.
I think it's 3. I think it's 3 is the maximum, but yeah, you might be right. But they do these climbs here, back and forth.
You'll hear the wheels. You'll hear the drive wheels squealing on the fucking track too. When they got a load. Yeah.
Hey boys.
Hey Desk, what you saying, man? You good? Always late to the party. Always at the end. Just we're finishing. Good to see you, man. Anything interesting happening with you, Des?
No, I've just been hanging out with a friend tonight.
Yeah, well, just doing the usual stuff. Well, that's life, man. That's life.
What's your friend doing?
Yeah.
Is it the friend I think it is?
No. Not online.
Oh,
okay. Cool. Oh, so yeah, friend. Is it a lady? Is it a girlfriend?
No. That's what I was saying. I was hanging out with a friend all day, but physically, not online. You know. So just friends.
Cool.
Yeah, real person.
That's why I'm on now. I haven't been
real.
here.
Good to see you.
All this comes in and gets grilled about. Is it a lady?
He's not talking, obviously.
Look at here, everybody trying to get all up in his life, man.
I know. No, he's really private, this man. We have to ask him questions now and again.
Yeah.
Trying to without making him feral, you know what I mean, about his life. Only joking, this.
You make him regret that he said anything.
Does she have big boobies?
That I can't help with.
He had to, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Why not? Somebody had to.
And I'm not inspiring for it either.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, that's me. Good done. Bless you guys for coming, man. Bless you guys. Shit. I love streaming now, you know. Sometimes it can be a bit long or whatever, but I like it. I used to think that I wouldn't be able to talk in front of people because I'm no great orator or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it started off by just going on library flats or something like that, becoming the panel, then ended up filling in a Tuesday for flats, and now I kind of got my own show, which is pretty good. Nearly hitting 196 subscribers, nearly hitting the 200. And that's well appreciated, guys. Well appreciated. Love yous. But anyway, Here the Sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. Ta-da.
I just witnessed something I've never seen before. I was looking over